Hey, can anyone hear us now? Hey, can anyone hear us now?
I can still
Hey,
hear
can
you.
All right, this end.
yes, no video or audio. We can hear you. Yes, yeah. Oh God, we were talking about all kinds of shit here, and
Right,
I had us
again.
muted. Sorry.
That's fine. Start your speech again, Susan. I was listening to that.
Ah, yeah. Well, let's do it again. Um, we were. I'm here with Nina, Luna, and how do I pronounce it? Farhat.
Farhad, yeah, that's right.
Farhat, and we wanted to talk about our visas a little bit tonight, or this morning or afternoon, whatever time it is where you are. And I was just talking about Aaron Carter because someone mentioned him in the comments, and that I had a little bit of I was pretty irritated today, not just by his comments, but also by some fans who attacked me for attacking him and telling me that I needed to chill out. Well, I'm pretty fucking chill, but I don't like what he said.
hmm
Um, I just it's so weird that you have to do this whole thing again. But I was saying earlier when we were muted that Aaron came out before. I know he always defended him, but he was talking about how um Michael gave him wine, how Michael gave him weed, how he would wake up in the middle of the night and Michael would be on his bed at 5 a.m. and he would think that it was weird, and how he thought that 40-year-old men shouldn't give 15-year-old boys wine and weed. And, you know, so I don't trust him. And if you're going to say stuff like this, like he did to TMZ, because people say you shouldn't believe TMZ. I don't believe TMZ. I'm not looking at the headline. I'm just listening to what Aaron is saying. I don't care about
That's
where
right.
it is. It could have been in any newspaper, any tabloid. I'm just listening to what he is saying. And they said, "Oh, he didn't flip." To me, he flipped because first he defended Michael, um, and now he's saying, yeah, well, I shouldn't take away from their stories. After all that shit that came out about Leaving Neverland and how they were full of shit, he's backtracking just to promote his book. I mean, I know it's how Hollywood works, and
The weird thing is, he's almost exactly, almost word for word, said what Corey said.
exactly.
It's really weird. It's like, why have you both reacted that way and then both? I mean, again, it can only be a case of having something to sell. I know that Corey's been trying to get this documentary sorted on this pedo ring in Hollywood for a very long time, so he needs them on side, that sort of thing. But I will never ever appreciate someone using Michael as a pawn in their game.
Exactly, and that's what I have issues about. Plus, and he is saying, because someone, I'm not sure who said that. Yeah, they're trying to humanize. Wasn't it you, Luna?
Yeah, I said he might be trying to think, because I've seen many a person telling all sorts of outlandish stories that may be true and may not be. Don't know. And you can see their intent. Their intent is to humanize them. I mean, for God's sake, my mum gave me a spliff when I was 15. Things like that. So I
Yeah,
can
but it's not helpful at this moment. That's the
exactly.
whole problem.
But why do these things need to be said? Because we're not talking about your average person. You're not going to be able to go, oh, yeah, we used to sit about and have a little drink. You're not going to be able to talk about him like that. It's not going to happen.
My
And
parents would give me a sip of beer when I was, what, 2 or 3 years old. It's not a
yeah,
big deal, but it
but it
at this
will be a big
moment, it's
deal
just
with
not
Michael.
helping.
Yeah. No, it's not helping. It's helping him.
Right.
And that's, like I said, I've never appreciated that. I've never appreciated people stepping on Michael's back to get a leg up. Basically, far too many people have done that. So I just don't give him any further attention.
Right.
Basically, it's like he wants the attention. He's not going to get it off of me. I don't share his things. I did share and it actually was a TMZ video. I shared the one where he was saying that I will punch you in the face if you talk bad to me about Michael. So it seems a very strange and very harsh climb down, and it's just weird to me that it's almost identical to Corey's. It's like somebody, possibly a publicist, has whispered in his ear and gone, "You idiot, we need to do this. Back away, back away."
Right here, see, this is Matthias. This is what I got a whole day, and this is what irritates me. He is still defending Michael. He is not still defending Michael. He is giving credit to Wade and James, who I'm not going to take away from their story. Why not? They've just been debunked on every fucking
Yeah, I
site.
don't understand this. That's a very new thing of it's their truth. Well, their truth isn't the truth, is it? And it's been proven to not be the truth. So fuck their story. Excuse my French. I
Exactly.
don't care.
You can't say like, oh yeah, I used to defend him last month, and now I'm kind of backtracking on that because yeah, I can take away from their stories. But yeah, but I still have his back. That doesn't work like that, you know.
I don't see why they don't. I mean, I would say that Aaron's gone slightly further than Corey, because Corey just said, "I'm not talking about it anymore," and that's what he's done. He said, I'm not doing it," and backed away. He's not made any more mention of it. He's not spoken to anybody about it. Whereas Aaron has expressly said, like, it's their story, blah blah, and obviously his own little bullshit bits that he's got that he wants to talk about, which doesn't sound like any. I honestly don't think it's anything he hasn't mentioned before. But as you say, it's simply that to choose this climate to do it seems like another knife in the back.
Okay, but we do have someone here who has a different opinion. Nina, go ahead.
Go for it.
Yeah, I just want to say, I think where everybody is getting where he's flipped is the comment that he made at the start of that TMZ thing, where he said that he wasn't there and that everybody has their own story. And I think that's where the flip thing is. He does then go on to say that he's always got Michael's back and then tells the estate to stay strong. Now, if he was going to do a complete flip and drop Michael in some doo-doo, I don't think he would be saying something like, "I'll always have Michael's back and to the estate stay strong." But I do see how it's going to annoy some people with him saying something stupid that, like, "I wasn't there, I can't say, everybody has their story." It's like, come on, Aaron, he knows that what Wade and James are saying is proven to be false.
All it is it's playing both sides, isn't it? And it's exactly what Corey did. Rather than flat out saying, "Oh yeah, he's a pedo," he's not going to do that, but he's also not going to stand there and go, "No, he's not anymore." And it's playing devil's advocate, and who wants to advocate for the devil, as far as I'm concerned.
There's some outside noise. I'm sorry. Can you...
Yeah, that's Ja. Ja, turn off your TV.
I was right up under it. I think I'm out of it now. Is that better?
Yes, that's Ja from Moonwalker She Night. She joined us.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello. How are you guys? And that's my cat. What do you want, Silky?
My cat loves to make announcements too, don't worry.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I was just annoyed. Ja was just telling that I was pretty annoyed. I'm really staying nice at the moment because I really was mad at a few people for the way that, it's okay to have a different opinion, but the way that they were telling me what to do, you shouldn't link to that, and you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
I still hear a lot of background noise. Is that you, Ja?
Probably. I don't know. Let me turn this. How you turn it down? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can do push to talk. That you have to push your space bar. I don't know. You're on your phone probably.
Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Do you have your grandkids there?
No, actually, it's only like it's not. Well, I think my mic is just really loud. Okay, that doesn't do it. How do you turn the freaking mic down? Voice settings. Is that it? Oh, okay, wait. What about now?
That's a lot better.
What about this voice activity? Should I turn that off? Auto sensitivity?
You can go to settings and press push to
noise
talk.
suppression,
Help.
maybe?
Yeah, try it all, Ja.
Okay.
Just try it all.
What about now?
So far, you're already sounding better. Anyway, so that's my take on Aaron. I really didn't like what he did. I don't see it as defending. I see it as flipping from defending to oh, I'm afraid to defend him now. Just like what Corey Feldman did. I didn't like that either. Either you're
Yeah,
all in or you're pussing
it
out.
feels like fear. That's honestly what it feels like. It's like that terror
Yeah,
of
and then they
having a
say, yeah, but
standing by.
Aaron has a good career now, and so he won't flip on him. Well, just because he has that good career, within the industry, I don't
Yeah,
trust him. That's the whole point. I don't trust it because he has this good career again going on.
yeah. Does he want to keep it?
He wants to keep it, so he's easily controllable. Well, anyway, that's all I wanted to say about it. Right? Yeah, it's not a total turn. I don't believe he will come out actually saying that Michael touched him. I don't see him doing that at all. But the fact that he's backtracking on his awesome defense from last month,
It was a very human defense, and then the
right?
humanity seems to be gone from this. Like the instant reaction from Corey, the instant reaction from Aaron were very human, and then it's so scripted and cold after.
Right. That's what I have a problem about. Plus, just don't trust him. Very simple.
It's. I don't appreciate anyone that will not stand. Michael did not have a choice but to stand and face them. I don't see why other people get the choice to be cowards, and that's what it is. It's cowardly.
It is cowardly. It's just he either wants to sell his book, or he is afraid to lose his career, or whatever. No, I didn't talk to Aaron Julie.
Is it still loud, you guys?
No, this is perfect. What do you think, John?
Okay. I haven't really paid too much attention to it. I'm tired of the flip floppers. I don't know
That's
if he's
even
a flip
better.
flopper or not. I had to take I had go on a little hiatus because I want to bitch slap everybody right.
Yes, see, we're all so angry at the minute.
Period. I just want to. I just want to walk through. I don't know if you guys seen that movie with Bernie Mac where he gets off the train, he just starts slapping everybody that he comes across. That's the way I feel right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, because it's ridiculous. I don't know what Aaron called himself doing. I don't want to jump too quickly because maybe he does have something up his sleeve to to make everybody look like a fool. That's against Mike right now. Who knows? But then he could be flipping to the other side too. I don't know. That one thing that I've always known, just due to where I've grown up, and being around drug addicts and alcoholics and stuff like that, you never trust a crackhead. So,
right, exactly. And we all know he is one.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not quite sure what he called himself doing. If he comes out with that whole old, rumor of, Mike had a drink with him or did some coke with him or something like that, I'd rather have that out there than him saying that he did something to him. So I don't know.
Right, and I think that's gonna be it. I think he's gonna
I do.
get all that shit out again that he got weed from him and got wine from him and that was actually inappropriate. It's not helping. That's not defending your friend. Those people are so fucking hypocrite. Oh, I'm Michael Jackson's friend. I have his back. No, you don't.
No.
Not if you're going to choose a time. I mean, he could have released a book at any time. He could have done it just after he died, and people would have just gone, "Oh, look, yeah, he was human after all." To do it now, it just makes him seem sneaky.
Right.
Pretty much. Yeah, it does. I don't know yet, but I'm at a point now that I really can't take too much more of the lies and all that. I'm going to get physical. Yes. And I know that's not a good thing. So I have to have my kumbaya moment to calm myself down. To be honest with you. So I don't know.
It's been a long. It's been 3 months now. Constantly, every day there's something new, and every day there is someone who has a fucking opinion that you don't want to hear. It's It's tiring, honestly.
It is.
It's
It
probably because
honestly is.
it's probably why I am so irritated today. I'm
Mm-hmm. Oh,
really irritated.
mm-hmm.
The
It is,
level
and
of
then
ignorance that is on display every
right,
single minute
and
of
it's
every
bad
day.
enough that we have to fight these liars and these con artists and all that, but then to have the the inner family fighting of the fans because of some fans, stupidity and just
Yeah.
it's like, dude, I need a freaking break because I just I just want to slap
The thing
everybody.
is, the fandom is so like a family, and in that respect, there's members you really don't want to talk to,
Right.
and we're all being forced together. This is a Christmas gathering. We're all being forced together, and we're going to start arguing, and
Mm-hmm.
we haven't got time for it.
You're right. Exactly. So I don't know, but
Oh, that reminds me. I'm so irritated right now. It reminds me something from last week that I didn't bring up because Tush was in here.
Mm.
But there were comments in the live chat of people talking about Pearl Jr. I'm going to ask you all, please stop talking about Pearl Jr. I don't want to see her name in the chat. I don't want to hear anyone talk about her. I don't want anyone to
Ugh.
promote her videos. And that's
correct.
not because she believes Michael's alive. That's because she's a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she
And
actually is,
Exactly.
and she
and she's
doesn't
a thief.
have his back at all.
She's a
Nope.
bloody thief as well. She takes other people's work and then charges fans for it.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
So
see, that's the thing
Psycho
with me.
everything.
With I rarely uh his name. You guys know I call him a man. So his name is
Yeah.
Earl.
his name's
Uh,
Ferelia. Man
His
bra.
name.
yeah, that thing. I don't. I kind of had to like just back up off that whole thing because I'm to the point individual. If people want to believe that the stupidness that come out of that man's mouth and whatever, so just you got because everybody knows I'm not a believer. Okay, I'm not a believer. However, to each his own. You know what I mean? If you want to believe, believe. If you don't want to believe, you don't want to believe. I don't see why there is any type of combativeness with that. People have to understand you can't control another person. God gave us all one life to live.
Right.
So if somebody want to believe something, if they want to live by something, that's on them.
Yep.
Period. So I don't have a problem with the whole death hoax, community and what they believe in. It's not that. I have a personal issue with her, how she goes about it.
Right.
How she goes about it. For one, I hear all you guys say how she's stolen people's work.
Yep.
I've heard that for years, and I believe it because she's who she is, which is a con artist, a fraud.
Yeah.
She is a con artist.
And then to just add insult to injury with this whole, trying to make people believe that Bobby Anderson is Michael Jackson. Dude,
Oh God.
before you were even thought of, me and Bobby were friends for over 15 years. Before he even became who he is online. I know this dude. So to sit back and see how she's pushing and been pushing and been pushing this issue is why I want to knock the hell out of her.
Right. And
I will go.
I just don't want her name in here. I
And it
made
shouldn't be.
I made a separate YouTube, especially for this project, because I don't
Mm-hmm.
want anyone to be affiliated with the whole believers. And most probably don't even know that I believe myself. But
Mm-hmm.
that has nothing to do with this project. And if
It doesn't.
people are going to
Right.
spam Pearl Jr. in my chat, I'm getting pissed.
It's
And
stupid.
on my other channel, I can actually defend myself because that's my channel where I can say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Right.
And here I just want to be careful because people were attacking me like, oh, does Tush know? Does Tush know? First of all, he probably does, and if he doesn't, who the fuck cares? This is about something else,
Totally about something else that is way more important than Earl Jr. Period.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to bring it up. I don't want to see her name in the chat. I don't want to see her name in the comments. I don't want to have
Right.
any of her videos promoted here because
Right.
she's a fucking idiot. And
Right.
of course, she might have 2 minutes of sanity in a 1 hour video, sure.
Yeah, but you see, we call that stopped watch syndrome. A stopped watch is right twice a day.
I think you're giving her a little bit too much credit with the 2 minutes.
Yeah,
maybe 10 seconds.
maybe.
Maybe 10 seconds. I'll give her 10 seconds, not 10 minutes.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, the Michael Jackson Innocent Project is about that, about clearing him, trying to get the truth out there about him, and against this bullshit with Wade, and it has nothing to do with her. So she should not be brought up. She
No.
should not be asked, be asked about or for, period. If they want to do that somewhere else. Don't do that on Michael Jackson Innocent Project.
Right. And whoever
Matter
wants...
of fact, look, I'm gonna do a plug. Matter of fact, go to Moonwalkers Unite. Y'all can talk about it all day long if you want to.
Right. And if anyone wants to know exactly how I feel about Pearl, join my other channel. I mean, there's plenty on there about Pearl Jr. and her minion, Booby Anderson. Booby Jr., that's a good name.
Booby, that one.
Anyway, that aside, I just wanted to bring that up because I forgot that. Well, I didn't forget that last week, but I just didn't want to bother Tosh with it. I was too happy that he came in talking about important stuff.
And it wasn't the place or the time. Exactly. It wasn't the place or the time to even bring her up because she's a non-factor. She's irrelevant. So
she is irrelevant. Exactly.
So no, I agree. I'm glad you didn't bring because I got questioned about it too. Because everybody, they like, aren't you with Susan on on Michael Jackson? I said, well, her group and my group are sister groups. So that's her group. This is my group. Even though we help each other, within it. But so I'm glad that you didn't say anything about him, or no one brought her up. Not him or her, rather.
Right.
I'm glad you didn't bring her up.
Right, and not every believer is a fucking idiot. I mean,
right. Exactly.
I mean, a little bit crazy, maybe, but
aren't we?
I think we all got a little crazy in this, believer or non-believer.
Right.
That's why we're on the front lines and fighting for Mike now, because they know we're a little crazy. The regular public, don't mess with Michael Jackson fans. Come on.
They should know better. They should know better.
If you know better.
Anyway, the Arvisos. I think that was
the most hilarious comedy group I've ever seen.
You must know everything about it because you're the walking fact sheet here. I mean, I know a lot about them because I did a whole long ass blog about the trial plus the 1993 allegations, which I turned in a video of 6.5 hours long, who no one watches, of course. So I do know something.
Wait,
but
what video?
Oh, that one, that very long one, 6 minutes 25. I put it up on June 25th, so I made it 6 hours and 25 minutes long. But
God, dear Lord. Okay. Well, at least it was full of facts. It wasn't 4 hours worth of bullshit.
Well, it was full of facts, but maybe a little bit too many. There wasn't any entertainment at all, so no one's gonna watch that shit. But it is pretty handy if you really want to know a lot of facts and stuff. I mean, check it out. It's 6.5 hours long. It's somewhere in the playlist.
Oh, I have a question because I still didn't know who did this. That interview. I mean, not interview. Well, I guess it was an interview. That. When was it? They said it was the rebuttal or something. The Jackson family. That's Taj is not even done with his thing. What is that video that's going around? Because I haven't watched it yet.
Liam McEwen. Yeah, it's nothing to do with the Jacksons. They're just misreporting it to make it seem like that the Jacksons had a part to play, but actually he did it himself. He had no budget or anything like that. He was just basically trying to get some balance and find some facts against the allegations made in the documentary, but it's the media that have reported saying that it's the Jackson family rebuttal.
Yeah,
but it's,
I'm like, where did that come from? No, but I haven't watched it yet, so I was just wondering about it.
I think they said it as well because Liam has actually interviewed Prince Jackson and he's interviewed Joe Jackson in the past. I mean, he's got quite a good reputation with the Jackson family, so he's already got that history there. So maybe that's where they're mistaken. But no, that's just Liam's own little documentary and take on things. It's got nothing to do with the family at all.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Well, thanks for clearing that up.
So just to start off with the Arvizos, they wouldn't have got their platform to kind of make allegations, I think, if it wasn't for the Martin Bashir documentary. And it's important for people to remember that after Michael passed away, he came out and said that things in the documentary were taken out of context, and that while he was there filming and following Michael, that he saw nothing inappropriate from Michael Jackson at all. But obviously the damage had been done, and I've said this before, you know, it's too little too late, but it is because of that documentary. And he did come out after Michael Jackson passed and said and stated that he saw nothing whatsoever inappropriate by Michael to Gavin at all.
Yeah, that's the video is still on YouTube, but don't tweet it to Martin Bashir because he'll block you.
And at the same time, he edited the video in that way that presents Michael as a complete freak. We should keep that.
Didn't they get, because Michael's always got people filming in and following him. I think it was in the trial in 2005 that they had Michael's videographer actually show the actual whole footage of what was being filmed.
It's on YouTube, actually.
Edited out, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It was on, well, I don't know where it would have been around the world, but here it was on a channel we call Sky One. And it was labelled as the footage you were never meant to see. And it was very, very insightful to hear how he was talking to Michael to what he then said in his voiceovers. Mm-hmm. And there's a certain section of that, I don't know, what the hell is it? Is it I can't even call it a documentary, that thing that he made. There was a section where there was obviously 20, 30 kids around, as there quite often was. And he did this whole sinister sounding voiceover, like, oh, you know, I'm worried. But there's video of him saying he arranged that meeting. So Martin Bashir arranged for these kids to come over and then did a voiceover about how creepy it was that Michael was hanging around these children.
You know what I saw in that, you can tell in that interview where you have Gavin holding his hand.
Yeah.
You can see Michael's face going like, "Oh fuck."
Yes. Yeah.
He right there he realized, "Oh my god, they're doing it again. I'm fucked."
I'm willing to go out on a limb and say that Bashir at some point pulled Gavin to the side and said, you know, when you sit down, hold his hand and lay on him.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
Put that in that kid's ear too.
Yeah, makes for good TV. I could see that.
Yep.
And the problem is Michael has never been good at explaining himself. He's like, we share the bedroom, but he doesn't specify that he means not sleeping on the same bed, but like in the same room, which is huge. Like his room is like, I don't know, 2-story room.
Well,
Michael is horrible at explaining himself. That's the whole point.
Yeah, he's really wasn't fantastic, you know, in terms of writing and poetry and things, but he was not a brilliant speaker. If he was just sat down being asked questions, he would get lost and forget what he was talking about because his brain was always off thinking about something else.
Right.
But I mean, if you go back to even the Oprah interview, you can see what he means by.
I can't hear you. Oh, I don't, Steve.
Right there.
Steve. She's asking, do you guys want?
Yeah, you can make some.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry. I totally forgot I was on the microphone.
Only 131 people heard that, John.
My bad. Ooh, my bad. I better remember. Hell, I gotta go to the bathroom. Let me put y'all on mute. Oh, jeez. Be back.
Don't make me laugh. I'm asthmatic.
What y'all having a meeting?
Oh dear. But even if you go back to the Oprah interview, you can see what he means by, oh yeah, there'll be people in, the bed. There's literally everyone on his bed. It was like a settee. He didn't think it, or a couch, or whatever you may call it. He didn't think of it as anything. Everyone was in his room on his bed, but he didn't explain that. And that was, that once you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. They wanted him to be a weirdo, and how, well, there's a male there that wants to be around kids. That's weird, as far as they're concerned.
Another thing I would like to add, this narrative, how people say that Michael is a master manipulator and he grooms kids, etc. And if you saw this interview, you obviously saw it with Oprah in 1993, you can read every emotion of Michael Jackson. He can't hide it. It's not the type of person who can manipulate people and hide his emotions. He's just not able to do that. He's shy, he's uncomfortable, and you can just see it.
Yeah, he was very, very open.
Yeah.
Too open, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I mean, without slamming him or something, that's not the point. But I think he can manipulate pretty good too. I mean, he was very savvy businessman. I mean, he snatched away the Beatles catalog from under McCartney's nose. So I bet he is a good manipulator, just in certain ways.
Yes, exactly.
In a different way, yeah.
In different ways.
He had a business mind, a very good business mind, but he had absolutely no street smarts at all. He did not he didn't see people with dollar signs in their eyes. He just couldn't see it. He didn't understand the way people behave, but he did understand business.
Who is speaking besides Souza and Job? We have Nina here, Luna, and Farhat, right? Farhat?
Yeah, that's right.
Susan, I don't know if you answered this question, but somebody, Katie K, says she's a new fan since Leaving Neverland led her to him. And she said, what is a believer?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that. What is a believer? Believers believe that Michael Jackson is still alive. Who was it?
It was Katie K.
Katie. That's a believer, sorry. That might not be apparent for everyone.
That's so weird that some people won't know that. Sorry, hello, welcome new fan.
Yeah,
we'll learn the slang as you go along.
Yeah, because it's such a battle for 10 years already. Anyway, but you know what? I think all those kids were actually planted in his life. It's like there was an agenda behind it. Because I don't know. I even have doubts about Gavin really being sick.
He did seem to get well very quickly.
Right.
From being very severely ill to being very well.
Right.
And it did seem very odd. And I think it was Chris Tucker said it, and I'm not sure. I think it might have been Frank Cassio, and generally I don't trust a word he says. But when two people have said it, I start to believe things. It's he said something along the lines of Michael himself didn't particularly trust them. Like from the get-go, he didn't trust that family.
No, but he had seen it before with the Chandlers. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's what was the problem. In one way, he wanted to help, and the other way, he was like,
"I don't.
Should I trust this?" And that's what I meant with that Bashir interview. That was the moment where he thought, "Fuck, wrong decision."
Yeah.
Well, Michael said, didn't he? He said that the only reason that he welcomed them into his home and into his life is because the mother had pushed the kid onto him, saying he said, she told me her son had cancer.
Yeah.
He had, and when he said it, you could tell that he wasn't sure if it was true.
Yeah.
And in all of it, now Neverland was created as a haven for underprivileged or sick children. That's
Yep.
what it was for. He just wanted to give back to the children.
Right.
Yep.
And he had thousands and thousands of children come all the time to Neverland, and only four children, and all four children were pushed into Michael's life by their parents.
Yep.
By their parents. It was I think somebody that used to work at Neverland said on Twitter that Michael would purposely not be home at Neverland when the safe trucks would come visit.
Yes. Yep. He
So
chose not to be around.
yeah, so I think Michael doubted Gavin having cancer because of the way he said it in an interview, that he said, she told me he had
Yeah.
cancer, and as if to say, but what can I do if he is? Do I want to not help him? Do I not want to make him
Yeah.
better? He didn't care who it was, what the child was like, what the family was like, what the reputation
He
was
just
like.
wanted to help the
He
kid.
just wanted to give love. And I mean, in the UK, there was an incident with James Bolger, and
Yeah.
the two that did it, I don't even want to repeat their names, but he had a conversation with Lisa Marie Presley, and she said, "Are you kidding?" Because he wanted to reach out to the two boys that did this to the boy and just show them some love. And she said, "Are you crazy?"
Yep.
Like Lisa Marie said this to Michael. It's documented, I think, somewhere, I can't remember where, but Lisa Marie had a full-blown argument with Michael saying, "You're crazy, this is rewarding them for what they did." He said, "But these two boys, they probably didn't have no love." And he didn't care about somebody's background or how damaged someone was. He just wanted to heal people.
Yep.
And I think that's where this thing of where people are trying to make him seem weird, because he just wanted to help and heal.
Yep.
He didn't care about the background. He didn't care what they'd done wrong in their life. He just wanted to help and heal absolutely everybody he could.
Yep. Well, going back to what you said about like the doubt, there was one witness in the Arvizo trial that did kind of make me again feel that doubt, and it was they'd arranged a blood drive for Gavin. This lady was saying on the stand, they'd arranged a blood drive for Gavin because obviously he was supposed to have leukemia or some such. And they went to Janet, Gavin's mother, and went, we've collected X, Y, Z, it's going to be ready. And her response was, "We don't want your fucking blood, we need money." Now, you don't say that if your son is dying of cancer. You do need the blood. You need as much as you can get. But she just swore at her and said, we wanted the money. And that made me think, well, that doesn't sit right if your child is dying.
I have Dita in the chat is asking your thoughts about documentary. I think that's a documentary on Netflix, isn't it? Open Secret, about the real predators. Did MJ find out when Spielberg or others had kid actors sent to Neverland? What exactly do you mean, Dita? I haven't seen it, so maybe you can explain a little bit more about what it's about. I'm not so sure what to think about. I haven't seen the documentary, but I have heard that it was a little bit changed, or not really real either. And I think the one that's affiliated with that documentary was affiliated with something else as well, but I don't remember exactly what it was. I have to look it up.
No, I haven't heard anything about any Netflix documentaries at the moment.
No, there is someone that's actually affiliated with that Open Secret documentary about. I think it's about pedophilia in Hollywood.
Okay.
But there is some kind of journalist, I think, linked to it, who is not really fresh either. So I have my doubts about that whole documentary. If it's in the mainstream media and people are talking about it like it's a good thing, I don't trust it.
Yeah, no.
I stopped trusting it because it might be something
Well, you
to
can't.
push a narrative
They've been
or
proven to be liars so often. Why the hell would I trust them?
right. Well, you can tell with the whole Leaving Neverland stuff, but
It's all got an agenda, so never ever trust it. Go direct to source or not at all.
yeah, but
It's like
it's so dangerous too. I mean, look at what's happening with that documentary and how people think it's okay to accuse someone that can defend himself.
Did you see that absolute bullshit that Oprah came out with the other day?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw that. She was saying that she
them. Never at the
exactly, yeah. Making so light of it, saying who cares if it was a Wednesday or Thursday when you're in trauma, you don't remember if it's a Wednesday or Thursday, and it's not about what day it is, it's about actually a place not even existing.
Yeah, it's not a case of Wednesday or Thursday, it's a case of imagining being abused in a place that didn't exist.
It's 2 years discrepancy, fucking
it's not
years.
2 days, and she knows this, but I have to say, she did not seem as confident.
I was actually disappointed in Trevor.
Oh, he's
Is
always
it his name? I've always considered him smart, honest guy, but I was really disappointed. I expected him to say that, listen, it's not about Wednesday or Tuesday, it's about the place that didn't exist at the time. But he didn't say that. He didn't ask any hard question.
No, he has always had a dislike for Michael. I don't know why, but he has always had a dislike for Michael.
Yeah, then I saw that video where he was making fun of him, and yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, but that's just it. The only positive to come out of a big fucking negative is that a lot of people are showing their true colours, and there's going to be no going back.
And I just wonder why other celebrities keep silent. Because, it's always, I feel like it's always, Michael Jackson is my biggest inspiration, the reason why I became dancer, singer, musician, until you have to defend him.
Yes.
Like, where is Beyonce? Where is Justin Timberlake? Why they don't speak about this? And especially now when we have so much evidence that this movie is just bullshit.
I mean, when obviously we were fortunate enough to have Taj on here on Monday, he did say that there's some people he's told not to say anything because of how things work there. But particularly, I'm a little bit irked with Justin Timberlake because he doesn't even have to mention Michael. He only has to confirm or deny the Britney Spears story. He doesn't even have to mention anything else. He could defend without worrying about his own reputation, which I still think is cowardly. But
well, he could just mention his book, because there's a part in his book, Justin Timberlake, where it says Wade said to him that nothing happened, and there's actually a small paragraph where it's written in his book, Justin Timberlake, where he says Wade told him nothing happened. So he doesn't even need to mention that. He just needs to maybe just mention his book.
Yeah, exactly. But it does annoy me. There's so many people wanted to be seen at his memorial. There's been umpteen people. I'm taking names for how many people have kept the trap shut and how many people are going to tweet on the 25th of June.
I mean, what kind of person are you if you are not able to defend the man that inspired you and who is the reason why you became a singer, dancer, etc.? It's just
exactly. I couldn't imagine
ridiculous.
Yeah. I could not imagine it. Anyone says a word to me and it's like, don't even start. I don't care who you are. If you start talking nonsense to me about that, and if you open your mouth in ignorance, I will educate you. So it's best not to say anything around me, basically. I can't imagine not defending him. I wish I didn't need to, but I would never back down from it, ever. You can shoot me first.
But I mean, as I said, with Justin Timberlake, it is in the book. So maybe people can, I mean, I think I retweeted it. Others have, like, just that particular page. I'd have to go and look on my Twitter to find out what page and where it is exactly. But people can retweet it and see. So he's written it down. It's there, cemented in his book.
Yeah.
I agree with Beyonce though, but Beyonce's never really been about anyone other than herself. And
Beyonce is Beyonce.
Amen.
Yes, Beyonce is very much Beyonce's friend.
Yeah. Exactly.
Beyonce likes to promote Beyonce.
Yeah, I'm never going to ever wait for Beyonce to speak out for Michael at all.
No, she won't.
But there are like tons of videos where she says that he is my biggest inspiration and I love him so much. And then she made all those tributes. She sang his songs, and now when it's time to defend him, she's not there.
Now thinking of herself.
Then don't say this stuff. If
I
you're not
agree.
going to
I
be
totally
behind,
agree.
yeah, if you're not going to defend him when he needs it, then don't say this stuff. That's my point. I don't say that everyone has to defend him, but if you name this guy as as someone who inspired you, then defend him. Be
Yeah.
by his side when he needs it.
I mean, I completely agree. I don't understand how. I wouldn't be able to sit somewhere and go, oh yeah, such and such is my inspiration, and then do
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
when they were trash, because that would be a reflection on me, calling my
Exactly.
character slandered. So I get so annoyed when someone goes, "Oh, you're defending a paedophile." How
I'm.
dare you suggest I would do
There is some background noise.
Hold on,
Oh, sorry.
Ja.
that?
Now, Ja, you can you have to turn off your live, so just listen in on the Discord and turn off the YouTube. I think we hear an echo. That's
This
Okay,
push
I
to
wanted to.
talk option
I
is the
did. I
best.
turned down the TV. Well, my monitor is my TV. My computer monitor is my TV. So I had the volume up so that Steve could hear it, but
Okay.
forget it. That's okay.
now it sounds good.
Yeah, I turned the TV down.
She put me out.
Don't get me started on you. You ain't got nothing to do with this. Anyway, go ahead. I've been listening to y'all.
It's also important to remember that while everybody is talking about the people that aren't speaking and aren't defending, there have been a lot of people that have gone out of their way to really defend hard. And one that has really gone under the radar a little bit is Bridget Nielsen. She's really spoken up a lot about Michael and done really well, I think. And there are other people as well that are. So I think people need to try and focus and just share about the people that are defending and that are standing by him, rather than the people that aren't. Because if you keep focusing on the Justin Timberlakes and the Beyoncés, who we know are egos and just really only care about themselves, then it just kind of misses the people that are defending him and supporting him. Also,
Yep.
Kerry Parker, she was literally fighting
Godfrey.
for him, and
She
she got
got
her account
banned.
suspended, because
She
of
got suspended.
the trolls. So we need to be
She was
supporting
under
the people
attack
that
and she
are.
got suspended. I couldn't believe it.
Well,
Yeah,
it's like what Tush said last week. It's only the people that either don't have a career in Hollywood or people that can be touched, like Diana Ross, who doesn't
Diana
give a
Ross
fuck
beat
because
so high up.
I mean,
Yep.
no one is going to mute Diana Ross, because she has an opinion. But
No.
there is a lot of starting artists or artists, a little bit on the edge that will not speak out at all because their careers will be over.
Do you think Beyonce would be affected if she speaks up?
I think
no, I
Beyonce
don't.
has a different agenda, but that's for a different day, honestly.
I do not.
Do you
I
guys
do not
know?
personally. I do not personally believe that she would be affected whatsoever because her fans are similar to us. So I don't think she
Yes.
would be. I don't think that she would be.
The Bayhive will
It'll
follow.
be affected, but I believe that she is. How can I put this in a nice way? I like Beyonce. Don't get me wrong. She's all about herself. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't like her at all, so go ahead, Josh. Say whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, she's always been about self and her man. So it's. I don't believe that she. It's of importance to her. How about that? I really don't.
It's not
I
on
don't
her
care
radar.
what she has to say either. So I don't care about any of the celebrities what side they pick. Whether they speak up or not, or it's more about people that actually knew him.
Yes.
That either speak out on behalf of him or
I heard that poetic.
halfly flipped like Aaron did and like what's his face Corey did. That's the stuff that I care about and
What
get
about Chris
irritated about.
Tucker?
Honestly, I haven't heard anything about Chris
I only
Tucker.
have one.
Did he say anything?
I thought I had.
That's the
No,
last one?
he didn't. That's the thing. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people from the family that didn't say anything either.
It's a really, really weird game that Hollywood plays, and I do not understand the rules. I think they make them up as they go along, to be fair.
274. You just said I don't like Beyonce. Her song "Lemonade" is total disrespect to MJ and the Jackson family. She's bitter. Why? I guess I missed that. What is the reference to? You know what? I don't listen to Beyonce. I can tell you the only song that I've, and it was when she was with
I
Destiny's
don't
Child and
call
that Survivor.
I don't call
So I don't
Lemonade a
know
song.
what it was. What is it about? How is that? How was that disrespect to MJ and the Jacksons? Because
I feel like I know
reference.
what this is. I feel like I did happen to see a lyric pop up, and it was something along the lines of she prefers her Jackson's black with flared nostrils or something like that. And it's take about his color.
Is she really?
It's something. You know what? I'm going to Google this shit because it's going to bug me now.
Well, you know, and then that's what I don't like, because I don't know how he actually thinks or thought about Beyonce, but he never disrespected her. You know,
No, of course not.
I bet there was a
He
lot
liked
of.
her.
Certainly not.
Well,
publicly.
I'm not sure if that, maybe at first, but you know, even if he didn't like someone, even about Eminem, who was pretty nice still after what Eminem did. So
FB said, "Girl, that means she likes black men with big noses. That's why she got Jay-Z's ugly ass, huh?"
he is ugly. Oh my God, he's ugly.
Hey, I've never seen a human orangutan until I seen him.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I don't care how much money you got. You that damn ugly? Come on.
Yeah, I never understood how that got together, but probably something to do with money and stuff. Anyway, we were talking about the Arvizos.
Okay.
Oh God, yeah. Accidentally the most hilarious people I've ever seen. Like
mostly the mother. I mean, I remember reading her transcripts, and you might actually know more facts about the transcripts than I do, because for me it's been a very long time ago. But I remember reading that and think, what? What? Why would you put this on the stand, really?
She just fucked that up for everyone. It was the worst thing going.
Legend, don't get me wrong. I don't hate her. I just don't prefer her music. Maybe because I'm of older generation, so she's never really done it for me. I'm not hating on her at all. Girl, get your money, get all your coins. You know what I mean? She's talented. I don't take that away from her. Her music, I just don't prefer it.
I like Kelly Rowland better.
Are we talking about
I think she was
Beyonce.
way better than her.
She had a much better voice personally.
Right, me. I believe that as well. You know, to be honest, and like I said, none of them are from my, my generation. But I don't, doubt their potential or their talents. Because I mean, obviously she's doing something right, shaking that big ass or doing something. I don't know. I wish I could do it, but hey, it is what it is.
Listen, I don't really hate Beyonce. I think she's probably one of the best vocalists. But it's about defending your idol, and if you're not able to do that, then I don't know what to tell about you.
Right.
That's all. That's all about this. It's not about her legacy, her talent, or her music.
Right. I feel. You know what? See, this is where I'm like, you know what? Let's stop choosing my words better than this. I'm a realist. I say what's on my mind. No facts, Susie. You know, the curse word gonna come here and there. But hey, it is what it is. Look, if I was famous, like the Beyonce type of famous or the Patti LaBelle type of fame, that kind of thing, ain't no. You know what? I ain't gonna even say that. If I was famous, period. I love Michael. Yeah. I'm not gonna deny my love for Michael for no motherfucking body. Period. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna express myself and tell you to kiss my ass twice this side of Sunday. Period.
Yep.
So I mean, I don't give people, these celebrities and whatever, okay, especially, and I'm gonna say this because I am a black woman, especially the black celebrities. I don't give none of them no pass. Those that have not came out and said anything in defense of Michael, I'm pissed the fuck off about, because when Michael was here, he broke bread with y'all. If y'all don't know what break bread means, that means sit down, have a conversation with you, or gave you an opportunity to talk to him, or sat and just shot the shit with you. He gave you a piece of him. So you need to be grateful, period. Because if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, and I'm going to say Michael Joseph Jackson, I know some of you guys think his middle name or believe his middle name is Joe. I believe it's Joseph. So I'm going to say that Michael Joseph Jackson gave you a piece of his life, no matter if it was an hour to a minute. For that, all you motherfuckers should be bowing down and be in defense of Michael, period.
Exactly.
Okay, and I that's just the way I feel. So, as far as white artists and all of that or whatever, hey, to each his own. I can't say that to you, but you black motherfuckers out there that ain't stood up and said nothing about Michael Jackson in defense of him, how about that? Okay, I'm done.
It needed saying. It needed saying.
Yeah, Nina has asked a few times if we can stop the swearing.
Sorry, Nina. But
It's okay. It's just
I try.
we have got some younger listeners in and some younger fans in. So obviously, being a mum, I'm very just a little less would be great. That's all. Just a little less.
And you are absolutely correct. So for all of you that are 18 and under, well, not 18, 17 and under, I humbly apologize. I do.
I don't apologize. Sorry, not sorry, but I'll try to tone it down.
No, but honestly, I mean, it's not, I don't try to in my vocabulary, and I can't fake the funk for nobody. This is just the way I am. I've always been this way. So it is no disrespect to you guys, but I do use profanity. It's just a part of my black culture.
Not just you, Jar. It's not just you. I swear too, but just not when we're live.
See, my swearing there's no barriers. I don't care if I'm live, not live.
Well, usually I actually try to tone it down, but it's just I've been so irritated all day long because of.
Man, we stopped cussing a long time ago. Shit. Yeah. We've been stopped cussing. Ain't nobody cuss no more. Fuck.
Stop. Would you stop? Go on somewhere now. Anyway, Angel C28. It may be shameful for you, and I respect your opinion. However, it's not shameful. But
shameful? So cussing?
Would you go on? Y'all got that? That's Stephen. That's Stephen Manuel, guys. Sorry. But anyway, back to the subject at hand.
Yeah,
Someone's asking you a question, Jar. Someone's asking you a question. It says,
"Oh, I'm sorry."
It's Jar. Was you in the courtroom in 2000? MJJ Angel 2002 is asking you in Discord.
In Discord, she asks what now? Because you cut out.
Asking you, were you in the courtroom in 2005?
Yes, I was. Actually, I was. Would you? They asked me a question. Would you shut up? You guys,
Steve, can you just hush up? Do you want to talk a little bit about the 2005 courtroom then? Because MJJ Angel is asking.
Okay, guys, hold on.
I think someone gets some slapping there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, we do not condone violence in any way, but someone's going to get themselves some.
I guess. Oh, someone is asking me here.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
No, you go ahead first, Job, because you were in the courtroom. I think people want to hear that.
Well, I was in the first when the arraignment. I was there. That's the arraignment when I was sitting behind Janet and Randy, the one I told you guys about, or what have you. And then I was there when I was not there when Wade or the mother or whoever else testified. I wasn't there then. I was there when the doctor testified. So, what did you guys want to know about it?
Well, just in between here, because I see it in the chat again. What did he smell like?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is it? There are people on TV saying, "Oh, he smelled so amazing. You could smell him
He
from."
always smelled so good.
Yes.
He always smelled
Okay.
so damn good.
The
You could smell
day
it for days.
What did he smell like? I want to hear what he smelled like.
the day of the arraignment where I was sitting at, which was like I think I was in the fourth or fifth row from the door in the middle. And so when Michael came in, when he walked in, I was on the end seat. So nobody but the aisle was in between me and, and him walking to the front of the court. So he had to walk my way. And then, man, when I tell y'all don't understand it. You talking about wanting to eat somebody alive.
Yeah.
The afterwind of him. First of all, he had a pimp walk. I don't know if you guys know what a pimp walk is. It's a little where
You're cutting out, Joe.
Like,
at least for
okay,
me.
can you hear me?
Yeah, better.
Okay. I said I don't know if you guys know what a pimp walk is. A pimp walk is when you have kind of like
swag
a dip in one side.
A little bit of
swag.
Yeah.
So it was that walk, right? And then so he's walking in. I'm getting nervous because I know this man got to walk past me. When he walks past me, he was so freaking close to me that his afterwind, when somebody passes you and you get that little afterwind of them, that afterwind smelled like I can't even describe it. Anyway,
but what is it? Is it fresh? Is it fresh bacon? Is it flowers?
No,
is it
like,
coffee? I mean, there's so many good smells. What did he smell like? No one can tell me what he smelled like.
I can say he smelled like was
manly deliciousness.
It was. Oh man, I can't. Okay, I don't know what you guys' favorite. Okay, whatever favorite smell you have, whatever
it's all of that.
It's all of that. Ouch, Silky.
I still don't know. So it could still be fresh bacon.
If that's what you like to smell.
You're not helpful. I've asked so many people this, and they can't tell me what he smells like. They just
like
they go into some kind of
really difficult
like
question to answer.
Powder type of cinnamon, like a fucking dawn, like you see the sun go down and the sunset is just the
that's
most
not a
smell.
It is like a dusky, musky, husky, manly deliciousness kind of a thing.
Okay, well,
and it
Susan,
just stays.
I don't know if you guys have it out there. Just go to one of your malls or the one of the department stores that sells perfume or cologne or whatever. Smell Tom Ford. That's what we smell like.
Oh, that's just that's I like Tom Ford, but that's just a perfume
mixed with Caress.
No, there's something
with
else.
A so-called, I can't explain it, y'all. Y'all don't
But there's
understand.
something else going on. People are going. I mean, grown as men are going on TV and they go in some kind of trance and they just say, "Oh, he smelled so amazing," and I'm looking at it like, what did he smell like then?
All of you children in here, cover your ears for us.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Now I'm terrified. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be the closest description. So go ahead.
To all of you women and you men that like men, maybe. Okay. Have you ever smelled someone that smelled so good that it kind of made you wet?
Yep.
Oh no! We can't do that. We can't do that here.
That's the farthest I was gonna go. That's the farthest I was gonna go.
Oh no.
So I'll leave it there. I believe it's there.
I still don't know. See, I still don't know what he smells like.
That's the only thing.
You guys are not helpful.
That's all
it's really hard to describe
because I melted in my seat. Like I was just,
yes.
I was in the midst of crying, because of this situation. I was crying because I couldn't believe I was sitting in the court for Michael Jackson. Okay. Second of all, I couldn't believe I was sitting in the courtroom for Michael Jackson trying, defending himself against these lies. So that's why I was crying. I wasn't crying because I was getting ready to see Michael, because I've seen Michael before on numerous occasions. So I was crying, and somebody reached their hand down and grabbed my hand. I looked up. It was Randy. He was trying to comfort me, or what have you. And right when he did that, the doors opened. Michael walked in, and he turned and walked down my aisle. And as soon as that man got close to me and then past me, all of those emotions at one time. The smell made me stop crying. It made me think dirty thoughts, and it moistened me.
But
and that's all I say.
People are saying in the chat, yeah, Tom Ford, Black Orchid. I know that's what he used, and I know that smell, and I agree, it's a very good perfume.
You're welcome.
I am talking about. I mean, you're a woman, but there were grown-ass heterosexual men.
I know. I'm
in a
telling
trance
you,
saying, "Oh, he smelled so good."
Very great. I've smelled some very great men in my life. And, I mean, I have, and that it was just. I don't know if it was because it was Michael Jackson. I don't know. He just had a aura about himself that exuded some type of smell.
It's really hard to describe.
And it was
you know
just,
what? I'm gonna
it was
go
like
away
it would
and
put
think
you in a
about it.
trance. It would.
I'm gonna go away and think about it and try and think of a description.
Yes.
Yeah, think about a description. Let's stop the topic right now because we all know this is not going.
See, but you guys wanted me to join the chat. See, this is what happens. That's why I just stay in the background and type.
This is why I'm glad you're here. This is awesome.
Anyway, we were talking about the Arvizos.
Yes, go back to that, please.
Oh God. Well, I mean, where do you even want to start with them? They were so.
I did give a pretty good start until we started to talk about naughty smells.
Yeah, let's just pick up where we left it.
Oh, God.
I don't remember where we left it because I'm still wondering what he smelled like because
I'm gonna have to try and think about it and I'll try and I'll write it down. It's always easier when you write it down, but it's probably not going to make any sense in human language.
Right.
But I will try.
Okay, I had
just for you, Susan. I will try.
Okay, I had a question here from someone. Sent me a private message. I'm sure you're aware of all these radio stations removing MJ's music. The Simpsons permanently removing the MJ episodes out of rotation, Louis Vuitton removing their MJ collection statues being removed, and all of these countless entities trying to cancel MJ. Do you think this can ever be reversed?
Well, firstly, let me just say that there's not been all these radio stations cancelling Michael's music. There's just been a couple, maybe a handful at most.
Yeah, because I heard it a few times today even.
And just The Simpsons and other stores cancelling Michael's merchandise. It's just people getting scared and worried about their brands because of the allegations made in Leaving Neverland. I don't think it's going to catch on. Zine Khan, I think his name is, who's the founder of the China Michael Jackson fan club, has just posted about a big chain store introducing a new line of merchandise. So I think it's a small handful of companies that are just worried about their brands. I don't think it's going to catch on at all.
But what about? I'm sorry. What about McDonald's? Why people say that we should cancel McDonald's?
Well, because McDonald's here in the Netherlands, you know the history statues, right?
Yeah.
Well, there were, I think, 7 history statues that were placed all over the world. I think there was one in Rome, one in London, wherever.
Uh-huh.
All those statues were either put in storage somewhere or maybe even destroyed. And one of the statues was bought by, his name is Peter van Gelder, I think, here in the Netherlands. And he bought it from some kind of auction for charity back in 96 or 97, I think. And he has a McDonald's here in Best in the south. And he has all kinds it's one of those awesome McDonald's, you know. He has a 50s drive-through thingy and all kinds of celebrity statues and other stuff inside the McDonald's. I've never been there myself, but I've seen some pictures. It looks pretty awesome. And he had that statue there right on the parking lot. So tons of fans from all over the world would come there to visit and leave messages and flowers and stuff. And the owner of the McDonald's was a big fan of Michael. Well, he still is. So when this whole Leaving Neverland stuff came out, he was asked, I think, by McDonald's to remove the statue, and he said, "No fucking way, it's never gonna happen." And now McDonald's, the headquarters McDonald's in the Netherlands, have pressured him into removing the statue. The statue's gone. We don't know where it is. They say that they have promised it to some kind of official fan club. We don't have an official fan club in the Netherlands, so it's somewhere in storage, and I don't know what's going to happen with it. I honestly hope that he still has it, and that he just put it in storage and will wait this whole thing out. So, just to come back to that question from early on, that he can reverse it and put it back on the parking lot. But that's why they want to boycott McDonald's.
Okay, I see.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just trying
But
to answer
that's one of the last. Well, it is the last history statue that was removed. So that's why fans are pretty angry. And I don't think that McDonald's
so all of
should
them
actually.
have been removed.
Yeah, but all of them have been removed years and years and years ago. I think that was already around that the trial, and maybe even before that. And this guy actually left it up, even with the trial, and he wanted to leave it up now, but McDonald's pressured him into it's everyone feels so offended lately. They can't go to the McDonald's anymore because Michael Jackson's statue is there. This is the point where I want to swear, and I won't do it now, but everyone is offended by a fart these days. So they want to. McDonald's says, everyone has to be able to come here and eat here, so you have to remove the statue. No, go to a different McDonald's if you're offended by that statue. The guy
was one McDonald's with one statue. They couldn't eat somewhere else.
We have so many McDonald's. You just go on the highway here and you see it every 10 kilometers.
There is 3 McDonald's within walking distance of my house in my little town in England. Go to another one.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's bandwagon, isn't it? They want to be seen. It's virtue signaling of the highest order, and it winds me up so much.
Let me answer this question by Yumi Jackson. She says, "John, can you speak about some of the times you noticed Michael sort of reacted to things being said on the times that I was there or participated in it? I'll say the arraignment day, he was very attentive. He was looking straight forward. He looked at whoever came on, whoever was talking. He was really into what they were saying. He didn't sing down. He seemed like he was a fighter that day. Like, y'all can say whatever the hell y'all want to about me. I know the truth will prevail type of look with him. The other times I went, the other 3 times that I went, you can see from day one of that, that 100% like ready to fight, to the next time that I went, he was still attentive. When the doctor was on the stand speaking, things that were untrue, you can tell that they were untrue because he would, I don't know if you guys have seen Michael make those kind of faces where when a reporter would say something that was untrue and his eyebrows would kind of cringe up, like why are you saying that? You could tell when somebody was saying a lie and what it was doing to him. And there were, on 2 separate occasions, I saw him cry. I saw him put his head down and you saw tears come down, and then you seen him wipe his face.
Yeah, but you can also see. I have this whole video gallery picture gallery of the trial, with high resolution pictures, and you can tell from the start way up to the finish.
Right.
He lost what? Well, 20,
Oh, yeah.
30 pounds, and that's a lot
Oh,
for
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, the day of the arraignment, he in that white suit. He walked in there like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for battle. You know what I mean? Through the whole thing, he never put his head down. He never looked away. Whoever was speaking, he looked directly at them. You know, he was into it. And as time gradually went on, you see like every lie that was told, everything that they said about him, it took something from him every single time. You could tell, because if you think about it, Michael never really had a poker face. He always expressed himself through. You could see it on him. So if he was hurt, you saw when Michael was hurt. If he was happy, you saw when Michael was happy. And that's how it was. You could just tell, like, each time something, like he was just gut punch, all the way down to where we saw him the day that the day that he went to, the day he was late to go to court because he had to go to the hospital. Oh, it was done. That day it was done. It took Michael literally, I would say, all of 3 minutes from the SUV to the front door of the court. And usually he would wave at us, waving, thanking us from being here. And
he looked be in so much bloody pain that day. He really did.
He couldn't turn. He couldn't look like, how you move from your waist and you do that exercise where you just stand still and go like this. He couldn't turn his body. He could. It was. Yeah. And that was the last time that I went. I couldn't see him like that anymore. I can't.
You saying SOS bad?
Well, what do you guys think? Why do you think he was not understand himself? Why did they choose not to do that?
Say that. Are you talking to me?
Anyone who wants to answer. Who has a good theory about why he wouldn't testify himself?
I'm gonna put you guys on hold real quick. I have to get something.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, say that again. You cut out then, Susan.
Oh, why do you think they chose not to put him on the stand himself?
Honestly, it wasn't necessary. And when I say it wasn't necessary, it could potentially have harmed. Not because he'd done anything, but because he didn't see it coming. They would have tripped him up left, right, and centre and had him saying things that he didn't mean because he was terrible at expressing himself.
Yeah, that's what we talked about.
By the time it got to where they would have been putting him on, he was so bloody tired that he would have been even easier to confuse. And it was just, honestly, personally, I think with all the case as it stood, there was more risk than anything putting him on there. He was going to get tripped up, not because he'd done anything, but because that's the lawyer's job and he wouldn't see it coming.
Right, yeah, I agree. Just going through the comments, is that that one person wanted to come in and talk, but I gave him the Zio. I don't know if you're still there, Zio, but you should be able to come in and talk. Anyway, Tom said so because of what we said earlier. He didn't know how to explain himself better. That is true. I think that's a good point too. That he is really, really, really bad at explaining himself.
Terrible.
Yeah.
And that might have been risky too. I mean, if you say what's wrong with sharing your bed, that I see how people take that the wrong. I see how he means it. I just also see how people would think, what? Huh? What?
Yeah. Can understand
when he means sharing your bed, he means what's wrong with sharing your bed? He means he shares his bed, he lets someone sleep in it while he sleeps on the floor. Not share my bed while I'm in it, share my bed. It's like he'll share his wealth, he'll share his home, he'll share his bed. This is a man that would literally give you the shirt off his back if you ask.
Right.
Yep. infuriating that people don't understand that, because it's got to be deliberate ignorance at this point.
Yuli, I wasn't there that day. Sorry, guys, I'm back. Let me clarify something, too, as far as what you guys are talking about right now. Michael, he did say that. He clarified that. But he also said, and if I did, what's wrong with sharing your bed, even if I did sleep in the bed? Now, all of you that are not African American, Black American, whatever, from Black people, this is something in our culture. And as you can see in the movie, the Jackson's American Dream, how there were two to a bunk bed or what have you. This is how we grew up. We grew up with. I've slept with my sister. I've slept with my brother. I've slept with my father. I've slept with my mother. I've slept with my uncles. I've slept with my aunties. I've slept with my cousins. This is normal in Black families. Yep. So even if, like today, I'm 45 years old. If one of my aunts came over to my house today, okay, and she wanted to sleep in my bed, I'm going to sleep on the other side of my bed. Or if one of my uncles came, or one of my cousins, my boy cousins came, if he wanted to sleep in my bed, I'm going to sleep on the other side of my bed, because there's no harm in that. That is how we grew up. Yep. Period. It's other people. But it's other people that tries to make that a sinister thing. There's nothing sinister about that.
But that's not even a Black thing, honestly. That's maybe it's a Dutch thing as well, because when I was little, we would actually go to birthday parties and we would be put in beds all together.
Yes, yeah.
So it's not even a Black. That's why I say I see how he means it. It's just when you're on trial for child molestation charges, it might not be the smartest thing to say.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
That's what I mean.
And what I'm saying, when I say, guys, that it's a Black thing, I'm not saying that other races do not do it, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people do it. It's a human thing. How about that? It's a human thing. Right. Everybody does that, especially people with no money. I mean, if us regular folk, if we only got a 1 bedroom or a 2 bedroom and there's only one bed and you got kids, you gonna put your kids on the floor? You gonna sleep on the floor all day, every night, and wake up with your back hurting? No. I mean, come on. Like, it's only those people that have sinister thoughts that would go straight directly to thinking, that type of thing. That's because something's wrong with you. Not something's wrong with the other people.
In their mind, being in the same bed means having sex.
Yep.
That's
exactly.
really ridiculous.
Yep. Exactly. So and then when they say that, he said it, he said it in his in his own words. It came from him that he said it. Also, again, if you think about it that way, then that's what you're going to take from it. If something's wrong with you, you're going to take, he's saying, even if I do sleep in the bed, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with what that man said. And I'm not making no excuses for, that's another thing. People always want to say that us Michael Jackson fans are making excuses for Michael. No, those are not excuses. That's just freaking reality. Come on, that's common sense.
I agree. It's just that I really believe that he had a poor way of explaining himself, which is why Tom Mesereau might have thought, yeah, I see how you mean it, dude, but maybe not the smartest to say that in court.
Right. Exactly.
This is why. Hi guys, sorry if my voice is a little bit dry because I'm sick, but Tom Mesereau actually said I prefer to show the videos from Bashid.
Bashid.
He chose to show the videos from the documentary, whatever, and from the rebuttal that he did himself, because he actually answers everything there, in the footage you never meant to see. He used that. I mean, that was his way to stand up for himself. I mean, what he said is true, because if he would put up on the stand and he was very tired, very sick, he would be manipulated too easily.
Yes, right.
Can we take a moment and just mention what a wonderful person Tom Mesereau is? So intelligent, so honest, a real lawyer. I'm really proud that he was Michael Jackson's lawyer. I've seen his lectures, I've seen different videos. He is just amazing.
Plus,
Let's not forget
it has been
Susan
14
Yu.
years, and he is still defending him whenever he can,
Yeah.
and that's
And
awesome.
Susan Yu, she was so strong. Jar, you was in the
Oh,
courtroom. You
yeah.
must have seen Susan Yu. She was so strong, so calm, so collected throughout the whole trial. And then the
Yes,
last
she
day
was.
when
But
the
there was a
verdicts came
point.
in, she broke down in tears. I mean, she
Yeah,
is
she did.
phenomenal. She's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
there was a point in time. I forgot which what day it was that I was there where she was cross examining some. Who was she crossing? I don't know, but yeah, she's very very strong. And there was a moment there that I thought she was gonna lose her cool and cuss whoever it was out who was on the stand. I promise, because she raised her voice. This little bitty Asian woman, and she raised her voice so loud. I said, "Oh, she scared me." Who was she? Oh my God, I can't think of it. I forgot who it was, but whatever it was a lie, or she had caught them in a lie, and she was hammering the hell out of them until they kept object. The prosecution kept trying to object her, and and the whoever I forgot the damn judge name.
Melville.
Melville, yeah, he kept. Is it sustained or overruled when he kept like telling the prosecution to shut up?
That judge was dirty too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that judge was dirty too. There was something with that judge.
He gave them a lot of leeway. Like he gave the prosecution a lot of.
You're cutting
a
out.
lot of hooks.
You're cutting.
Sorry, Darren. The Judge Melville, I didn't feel handed a lot to the prosecution, allowing them to bring in evidence of past misdeeds, which is absolute nonsense, especially when you haven't been charged with anything.
Right.
And he did hand them an easy win, and for them
cut
to
you guys
still
off, but did y'all see what Leah said?
No.
She says, believe he had this sex drive for young boys that could not be. I don't know if she tried to be sated or I don't know what she was trying to say, but I think you got a hater or a troll on here.
Believe he had the sex drive for young boys that could not be said.
What?
Oh, Leah wants to be removed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where's that?
How do I do that?
I'm utterly confused.
Let's see. I'll call it pornography or sexually explicit material.
Mm-hmm.
Or hate speech or graphic
violence.
Not
She
even
said,
better.
I said they want us to believe he was a non-sexual being, but at the same time believe he liked little boys. Okay.
Ooh. Well, you're just in time, Leah.
She just saved herself. Leah, girl, you just saved yourself.
Because I have quick fingers, I just ban, Good for you, Leah. Anyway,
okay. She said, wait a minute. She typed fast as hell. Wait a minute. No, they said, goddamn it, y'all. Wait a minute. Right.
I had something else that I saw this week somewhere on Twitter about Neverland for sale, which I wish I had $31 million.
Oh, I know.
But I just wanted to warn people a little bit. I think most won't be so stupid, but I saw that there's different GoFundMe accounts and stuff like that that they're trying to raise $31 million to buy Neverland. Well,
I saw that. Is that true? I mean, did they really set that up?
They really try to make that money, but people have to understand that, well, not just that, because I mean, if people really think, oh, that's a good idea, you can actually have it pretty quick because there's a lot of fans. But people have to understand that when they do that, they give someone else a lot of money, and Neverland will be in their name. It's not like it's going to be a fan.
The common property.
A common property. That person, whoever is behind it, will actually own it then and can do whatever he wants with it, or she.
Yeah.
Plus, I think people don't realize that maintenance alone for that property is millions a year. So
And that
you're gonna have to keep paying because that person can't pay the maintenance either. So please don't donate. It's probably people that mean well, but
Right.
don't donate to that because that's really
No
a
Name
bad
said,
idea.
I'm so glad you guys do this project. Thank you guys. I don't know your names. Well, thank you, No Name. We don't know your name either. No Name. That was cute. I had to. But you're welcome to thank you.
So I wanted to throw that in. I hope people don't donate to stuff like that and actually think about
Right.
what that means.
Because they're not thinking about the whole thing.
No.
I think the Neverland was one of the main reasons why MJ had this financial situation by the end of his life, because the maintenance fees, let's say, are just crazy. It's really hard to maintain it, and
I don't believe anything people say about him being in debt like that.
I
Mesro
don't
even
either.
said it. He said he was one of the wealthiest people on the planet. He had.
Right.
They only knew about a few of his accounts. I mean, the guy had property worldwide. He has so much money. He would never be able to just spend that on Neverland. I don't believe that
yeah.
at all.
But at the same time, his bodyguards said that he wouldn't pay them for like 5 months or so, and there was this situation where he couldn't pay for the hotel or his credit card was rejected. So I'm not sure. I'm not
First of all,
stating
that's
that.
cash flow. I mean, that doesn't mean that
Yeah.
he's. I mean,
No, of course he
you can
had the
have.
property. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a lot of money, but still don't have access to it. I mean, he might have had a bad cash flow. I also think that there were people around him that made sure that he could not touch certain things or control certain assets of him. Um, so that might be why, but I don't believe that he ever was bankrupt or in debt. Well, I believe he was in debt, but he was pretty smart too because he would
Yeah.
spend someone else's money and then settle in court for 25%. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how
But
you become rich.
but in order to get out of this debt, he had to sell the assets, as far as I understood.
I don't believe
So
that. But that's my
Pentazoid
personal opinion.
111 says, has anyone confirmed yet if the ring that Safe Chuck had that MJ allegedly gave him was made in 2009? Is that
I
something you can answer, Luna?
I heard that, but I'm always careful with stuff like that because there's a lot of stuff like that coming on Twitter. And you have to be careful with that because someone might say that, just like that Disneyland 1988 or Euro Disney 1988 stuff that didn't turn out to be true either. So I'm not sure. I would have to
I think
see
Terry
that.
Ward is still in the process of because they have contacted Rolex. They found out that it's through Rolex or whatever, and Rolex said that it wasn't made before a certain year. So I think they're in they're still waiting on a response to that. To be honest with you,
I think we should have to wait for that then, and just to check
Yeah.
Perry's Twitter once in a while to see if she has
yeah. Well, she's
confirmation
connected
on
to
that.
me, so when she gets stuff, I get stuff. So I will definitely let you know.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
Okay, for real it would. Just
Oh
like
my
train
god, I
station.
would bust a gut laughing.
I mean, Safe Chuck is really the gift that keeps on giving.
He sure is, isn't he?
He really is.
Actually, I don't even hate him no more. I love him for being so fucking stupid.
Right. Right. Well, that's why I had that Twitter war, I'll call it, earlier today. You know, people. People that say to me, you shouldn't link to this or that. It's like the same as people saying back then, yeah, Leaving Neverland should not be aired, and I was one of the few who said, yeah, I want to see it. I need to see it because if you try to hide it and bury it, we would never have been able to debunk it like this.
Right.
It would have always been this dark shadow above his head. You know what was in that documentary, and now we know, and we know it's full of shit.
Okay,
And
Angel,
if we hadn't watched it and if we hadn't seen it, we also wouldn't know how much they cut out of it when it was shown in other places.
Right.
Yeah. Angel C, I saw what you said, and okay.
What is okay?
Oh no, Angel C had clarified what she was saying that was shameful or whatever. I just told her I saw what she said and okay.
Oh, okay.
And then Pentazoid 111 said for a software developer, he doesn't cover his tracks well.
Actually, in the end, I think Dan is gonna curse the day that he encouraged so many people to this because how Taj said it because they didn't want too many eyes on it, but they gave too much attention to it, and it brought us to give it attention. And you see, we debunked almost everything. They brought the premise for the entire park. What the castle is, and that the castle wasn't even built as well.
No, wasn't it built until 1991 or 2?
1998, 1990.
91. I think I
91.
saw something 91, the
But
castle.
there's also an inconsistency, and
And
he
those
said
teepees as
the
well.
better. Yes, and he said that there was a better and the Brad and the Adam, I think.
Yeah, I think
That the
in the arcade or something
place
he
for
said that
bed.
there was a bed in the arcade or something. It wasn't a bed
Brad
or in the
Brad
castle.
Sandberg, I think it was, already debunked the fact and said that there was no beds there. So he
Yeah.
was there. He knew every inch of Leaving Neverland. So he said that the lie about the beds, there was no beds there.
Yeah.
When I watched the documentary, I was kind of scared at the beginning because I didn't know what to expect, because I knew how people said, "Oh, it's so compelling," and I watched it. I watched it with a friend of mine, and it's upset me today, but it was kind of comical in some way, because you see their body language when they speak, and you see it's such just an act, and a bad one, and when you check with all the knowledge that you already have, it's a joke, and it's a joke, because this is sorry. It's better. It's a joke because this is such a sensitive subject, and I laughed. I couldn't. I laughed so hard I almost peed in sometimes. I'm serious, and I noticed they use the same footage every time, the same pictures. I mean, if you were with Michael so much, where are the other pictures? I mean, the same photo shoots, the same pictures from Wade and Safe Child being children, the safe drone shots about from up the LA and the Netherlands, which we know was stolen as well. The shots of the Netherlands was taken illegally as well.
Oh, the drone shots, yes.
Yes.
And like 3 days ago, Macaulay Culkin tweeted, and I think it is directly related to the Living Neverland.
Oh
So
my God.
he tweeted this: "I was supposed to be the voice for the original Yoda, but they passed because I wasn't born yet."
He did.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And last time I wanted to say that to Taj, but until I figured out how to join this conversation, it was too late. But things that really showed me how Wade thought of himself so highly that at some point he might have thought he was better than MJ is with the Britney Spears stuff, because not only he said that Michael encouraged him to be with her and that she was sexy, and that was completely weird because it's supposed to get you away from women, but okay. But he says that Michael was so obsessed with her that he called him numerous times, so Wade could help Michael Jackson, the same guy that controls everything and knows everything, but that same guy, that same man, needs the help of the 16 years old Wade Robson to get to Britney Spears. Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was, did you just say that? Dude,
I want to talk about David Geffen. I know you. I know you do too, Luna.
Ugh. He gets a noise as well. Ugh.
But seriously, what's up? Because I remember Michael always saying that they were his friends. He said it somewhere in an interview with David Geffen, Spielberg, and what's the other guy? I think they stole that movie company from him,
Did
DreamWorks.
y'all go to the toilet?
I don't know. Jai, you say you
it's-
would mute it if you go to the toilet.
Yeah, someone flushed.
That is not me. That is not me.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go yet.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute. You know, it's if I remember rightly, to the best of Michael's knowledge, he certainly presumed that Geffen was his friend, but then there's a little bit of, they don't know exactly what happened because Michael wanted to have something to do with a Peter Pan movie, and that got shot down some way or another. It was just timing issue, which meant he then was annoyed with Spielberg because Spielberg was doing Hook at the time. And I don't even know if that was anything to do with it, if it was an accident or what, but they kind of fallen out a little bit before with the "they don't care about us" lyrics anyway. So Spielberg was less than happy about
as far as I know, but I don't know how I know it, or where I read it, or if I made it up in my mind. I don't know, but in my head, Michael Jackson really doesn't like Steven Spielberg, and I'm kind of understating that a little bit.
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, he really didn't like him.
Yeah, and that's nicely said.
Yes, he really didn't like him. And I'm not sure there's ever really been a reason for it. You know, it's not publicly widely known anyway as to why they didn't get on. I said the only public issue I ever saw regarding the two of them was Spielberg kicking off at the "kick me, kike me" line.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. I don't believe that.
No, but that's just it. I think that was the only public thing that was seen. It feels like they didn't like each other for a little while before that.
Why would Steven Spielberg take offense to that lyric if it was about the Chandler dude?
I think it's a Jewish thing, kike me.
Kike, yes.
I don't exactly know what it means, but
it is a Jewish a slur. But the thing is, that's not how this whole song went. It wasn't aimed at anyone.
That's stupid.
Well, isn't it weird that, I mean, not even the family was able to watch Leaving Neverland ahead of the Sundance Festival, but David Geffen was sitting on this boat
on his yacht with Oprah.
With Oprah
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney was there too?
Yes.
Yes, it was. Oh my god.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yes.
Who? That Oprah was there?
King.
Oprah, McCartney, David.
It was Oprah's birthday.
Yes. Who wants to watch that for their birthday?
Her stinking. Ooh, I almost cussed. Y'all don't talk about Oprah's old. Ooh.
Honestly,
y'all don't want to hear no curse words. Let's not talk about her, please.
Honestly, who wants to see it at all? I mean, I watch it. I don't know what that was, but that didn't sound very well. But I wouldn't watch it unless I have to debunk it. Like I watch it now, but I'm disgusted by it. It's seriously bordering kiddie porn.
It's
I mean, I think that really should speak volumes about the authenticity of the actual movie, film, documentary, because do you really think that they would want to watch it? And also, you know, in a celebratory way, you know, I mean, Oprah was sharing drinks afterwards, celebrating with it. It wasn't a screening of a documentary with victims. It was a celebration to try and lynch an innocent man to cover up for Harvey Weinstein.
Yes.
But it also everything links back to Harvey Weinstein. Weinstein. I don't know how you pronounce it. You see it now with the guy that was just charged with child sexual molestation, the co-founder of Sundance.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, Harvey Weinstein has always been part of this Sundance stuff festival, not as a founder, but he was linked in some way. Didn't they call him King Sundance or something?
Yeah,
Harvey Weinstein.
He spent a lot of work that way. I think he had a lot of films and a lot of actors and actresses that kind of were in their films. He was a good connection for them, I think, and vice versa.
Right. So it always links back to Weinstein, and there's I talked about this before. There is some weird Disney connection here too, with Weinstein having Miramax and which was purchased by Disney. I mean, Geffen, was it Geffen?
Okay, Nina.
Here you have I have it in a document here. It's a little bit of a mess, but Disney is it's like Disney is linked to everything. You had the Bashir interview, you know, was broadcasted in the US by ABC. ABC is a Disney broadcasting. Miramax was bought by Disney. Disney and Weinstein actually worked together for a very, very long time, which is what is weird. Let me see if I can find it here in that document. I always like to check what's actually behind all that shit.
Yeah. Ooh, no thank you, Rainy J. I do not want to imagine that. Gross. I'm gonna throw up. Yuck.
Want to know?
It is. The last movie by Miramax before Disney took over was ironically brought out on June 25th of 1993. And the first movie brought out by Miramax together with Disney was on, interestingly enough, on July 16th, which is the day that Jordan Chandler allegedly confessed that Michael had molested him. So somewhere in between June 25th and July 16th, Miramax was taken over by Disney. And interestingly enough, right after the trial in September 2005, that whole collaboration between those two ended, or at least Weinstein left. So I thought the timing was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting timing the more you look into things.
You know what's also interesting is that when Leaving Neverland aired on June 25th, that was Evan Chandler's, Jordy Chandler's father's 75th.
You said June 25th.
January 25th.
Okay.
That was his 75th birthday, were he still alive.
Oh.
I mean, is it all coincidence? Sure, that's possible, but to me that really looks like it's some kind of sick game that they're playing. It was also the 25th anniversary of the settlement between Chandler and Michael. So, you know, that makes my hair stand up in my neck.
Yeah. I hate to throw you guys off, but I keep seeing people talk about him, and maybe I'm a dummy. I don't know. Who the hell is Richard Marx?
Oh, Richard Marx is from that song. Is it right here
Waiting
waiting.
for you.
Yes.
Yeah, right here.
He's
waiting
an
for you.
idiot, and people shouldn't
Yes.
even pay attention to him and just block him on Twitter. He's probably a
Block-
pedophile himself, because the people that are screaming the loudest that Michael Jackson is a pedophile, I suspect them of being pedophiles themselves.
Can I
So,
just point out that Richard Marx not only blocked me on Twitter for rewriting one of his songs.
oh, that,
No, I don't.
I'd like to read that later, by the way.
Oh, I'm going to send it to you.
I have no
But not only
idea.
did he block me on
Phil
Twitter for
ad, no, I don't know who Richard Marx is. I'm sorry. Maybe if I heard the song, I would know. But I guess he's
Some
I guess
singer
he's
from the
irrelevant.
80s. I don't know either. But did you
But
see?
not only that, he likes to hang around with Gene Simmons.
Oh, well, hell.
Yeah.
That says it all
Oh.
right there. Never
Enough
mind.
said.
Michael hates Gene Simmons.
He's a non-factor.
Mhm.
He's a vile creature. I feel like I need to wash every time I see him.
Mm-hmm.
Blech.
You know who was when Weinstein left Disney? He had some issues with Disney. Started around 2003. Interesting, huh?
Ah,
And you know who his lawyer was?
Who?
Bert Fields.
about to say, if you say bloody Fields to me, I swear to God.
It was Fields.
Ah!
Fields represented Harvey Weinstein in 2005, 2003 with the Disney stuff, and he also represented Jeffrey Katzenberg. That's the other guy, Jeffrey Katzenberg. You had Geffen, Spielberg, Katzenberg, that were involved in that
so he was in
DreamWorks
the group
stuff.
with Gene Simmons. Kiss. Ew. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No,
Ew.
no, thank you. I plead the blood of Jesus. Sorry, y'all. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a true story. When I first discovered
that?
Kiss,
What am I hearing?
Stop! What is that? What are you doing? I'm gonna slap the hell out of him. I am gonna slap the entire. I'm gonna slap the black off of him. That's what I'm gonna do. When I first discovered Kiss, well, when it creeped up on me, I was probably about 6 or 7 years old, and they scared the bejesus out of me. Okay, that scared. All I thought about was the devil, evilness, some wrong. They biting off snake heads and shit. What the heck is going on with the world? It scared me. I had nightmares of that group.
Yeah, but
I promise
their
I did.
actual logo is the SS logo from the Nazis. I mean,
Oh my
that
God.
should tell you
Yeah,
enough.
see, they
I must
scared
say
the crap out of me.
there is one or two songs that I like from them, but I really don't like that group. I don't like looking at them and anything like that. So
I can tell you guys a Kiss song to this very day. And again, I'm 45 years old. I don't know. Every time I see them, I just get my cross and put it up to the TV. I do. They scare the crap out of me. They do. They scare the crap out of me. I didn't even know that Gene Simmons was Gene Simmons until that he was from Kiss until somebody told me because I had seen him with his makeup off. I didn't know that was girl, y'all. Fix it, Jesus. Hashtag fix it, Jesus. I can't. So never mind.
Stay away from Kiss, ladies and gents. That's the lesson tonight.
Yes.
Anyway, but Disney. I'm coming back to Disney again because it's really linked to
Disney.
everything, and you have here. This is a part that I wrote down because I read it somewhere. Here, Fields represented Jeffrey Katzenberg when Katzenberg was fired at Disney back in 1994. So he first defended Michael in 1993. I think he was part of his you know that, Luna. Fields was part of the 1993 legal team, right?
If I remember rightly, yes.
Yes.
I'd have to check through.
Yeah,
but I believe.
So in 1994, he represents Katzenberg with his Disney stuff. Then in 2003, he represents Weinstein with his Disney stuff. And there was a lot of stuff going on between Katzenberg and Disney back then. and Disney lost like hundreds of millions of dollars in the 90s
Yeah.
because of that lawsuit with Katzenberg.
Which is a rarity because generally nobody wins against Disney.
Right,
So they must
right. And
rip it
Katzenberg won, I think $200 million or something, or at least that's what Disney that was the
Isn't it
loss
crazy?
that Disney had.
Yeah.
But then
I
you
agree
have
with you, Randy. All these high-powered people, these high-powered men.
right, but
this is just crazy.
But then you have
Yeah.
DreamWorks, which I think that Katzenberg, Spielberg, and Geffen stole from Michael because I think that was his idea and not their idea.
Yeah.
I think that's where.
Do you know what? That logo's always had me a little bit suspicious.
Exactly.
I'm saying it right now. That logo, the first time I saw that, I was like, that is so bloody Neverland.
Exactly. So, but you should. I mean, Disney lost millions, hundreds of millions of dollars because of Katzenberg. So you would think that there would be some anonymity between the two, right?
Definitely.
Yet they had a 30-picture distribution deal between DreamWorks and Disney between 2009 and 2016. That there is suspicious.
Yeah, because they should be in competition with each other, not working with each other.
Because first Disney loses. Exactly. First of all, they should be competition.
What's going on?
Yep.
Disney loses hundreds of millions of dollars because of Katzenberg, but then they work together for on a 7-year deal and a 30-picture distribution deal.
Everyone's friends again.
That's not right. Sundance, Leaving Neverland at Sundance is from HBO. HBO is from Warner, right? Warner should be in competition with Disney. Time Warner and Disney should be. Steve, shut up.
They should be.
Y'all can hear you.
So they should be actually going against each other.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Competing for viewers.
Right, because Time Warner is from AT&T, and AT&T is in business with Disney parks.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. It's the entirety of Hollywood is like the human centipede. Everyone's mouth is attached to everyone's backside there.
Exactly. Oh, did you see that movie, by the way? That was so gross.
Yeah,
I actually watched part 2,
laughing.
which is even worse. Anyway, that aside.
Part 2 is worse, but part 3 is hilarious.
Okay, I haven't seen that because 2 made me stop eating for a month. So anyway, so Disney comes back every time. Even Michael's last address, Carolwood Drive, is Disney's old address. Not 100 Carolwood Drive, but one of the that street there. He had that train station even, and so Disney comes back every time.
It just seems to be there.
It seems to be linked to everything, and now Disney bought up Fox, I think, except for Fox News and Fox Sports, but the rest, Murdoch sold everything to Disney, so Disney is
huge,
even huger than it was. Yeah.
Which is a frightening thought because it means that they're in charge of pretty much everything that the mainstream sees. It shouldn't be allowed to have such a monopoly on things because how do you ever get anything they don't want you to see?
It shouldn't. It's too much. It's too much of a monopoly for one company to have. It's like with Google. Google is actually very dangerous company. And
guys, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but you guys are looking at people are asking you questions in live. Just to let you know, I'm going back on mute.
I know. We'll go through that later, but people need to realize that there's only like 5 or 6 media companies in the United States that control everything you hear and everything you see on TV, and they're not in competition with each other. They're working together.
This is why things like this are very important because they can't control. I mean, they can whip your video. That's the worst thing they can do. They can ban your Twitter account, but they can't stop you. And that's why I think they
no, but they can silence you.
Oh, they can. Like I said, they can ban. I've been banned on Twitter. I've had month-long bans on Facebook and so forth. Videos taken down, but I just do it again.
But
exactly.
They can control the narrative if we're talking about Living Neverland.
They don't invite
Brandy. They don't invite Taj. They are controlling the narrative. They are ignoring the train station thing, and this is because it's a monopoly. So in other countries,
Yeah,
everyone
but you
is
have
talking
to. You
about the
have
evidence,
no, but
except
you
for
have
the
to look.
U.S.
Have to look at the bigger picture. It's not just leaving Neverland. It's every narrative. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, I know. I was
I
just an
mean, it doesn't
example.
matter what station you turn on. There's the same narrative on every station. There are actually the exact same words on every station. It's like those
That's quite
Twitter
tricky at times.
trolls. They use the same words. They just copy and paste. It's like they're bots, And just like with what I said earlier, Google is such a dangerous company because, I mean,
It's huge.
it's so huge. They control everything online almost. I mean, YouTube is Google. Everything is Google these days. Plus, there are people I like to watch those DNA videos. People that send in their DNA, which I think is absolutely stupid. Please don't send in. People don't send in your DNA. It's they're gonna use
They've
it
already got mine.
if they need a scapegoat. I mean, your DNA will be found somewhere. I'm not sending anyone my DNA, but I like to watch those videos. And I realized, I read somewhere that you have that 123andMe or something.
Yes, yeah, that's one of the most popular. That's one. Certainly, we know that one here.
Right. The CEO of that company, of that DNA company, 123andMe or something. She is the wife of the CEO of Google.
Oops.
Did anyone know that? Did you send in your DNA? Get scared. Seriously.
I haven't. But they've
Google
already
knows.
they've already got mine on a file, but no.
Right. So people really should be careful and start reading stuff instead of, and that's what you see with the Leaving Neverland. People believe everything these days.
So with that in mind, has anybody got any ideas of how we combat it? It is a huge machine. I think we're doing bloody well. Pat ourselves on the back there. I do think we're doing very well. But is there anything more that anyone thinks we could be doing? Because it is a big
I'm
machine.
asking myself every day, and I can't find the answer.
Well, I think just talking about it like live on here with 128 people listening in, who can actually spread that as well. Just keep talking about it.
But I always have this feeling, I always have this terrible feeling that we're not doing enough. And it's not criticism, it's just because we are against this media, our voices are not being heard as they should be heard.
But they are being heard.
They are being heard, I know, but I always have this feeling. I don't know, I can't get rid of that.
That's the problem. They want you to feel that. That's what I think we talked about that last week with Tosh, where I said it's not. The media makes it look like
yes,
people are also for Leaving Neverland and believing the accusers, and it's not true. It's not.
Yeah.
It is the same. I'm sorry, Ja, I have to say it, but it's how Donald Trump won. People were listening to CNN and stuff like, oh, there is a 100,000% certainty that Hillary Clinton is gonna win, and then she didn't.
And that was a lie.
It was a lie, but people
don't understand why people still, when they've been repeatedly shown to have lied about so many things. I mean, one of our main tabloids here is The Sun. And for God's sake, they spent 20 years putting out absolute nonsense.
Ignorant.
He's still an orange Cheeto.
Of a football club saying that they were responsible for an absolutely horrendous tragedy. It wasn't. It was the police.
Right.
But they spent 20 years telling the public, no, it was the fans. The fans did this. They were spitting at police. They were urinating on them. They blocked this. They did that. No, the police didn't do their job and people died. But they spent 20 years telling us that lie, and then people still believe them? What the hell's it going to take?
That's it. The media just gets away with lying these days. Well, not these days. I mean, CNN.
They are paid bots, guys. They are paid. The media is paid. Everybody that you just said that is up there, those men that are, all the relations between this, that, HBO, Disney, all they are paying the media. That's why they are bots. Those are the bots.
Right.
Those are the ones that are actual, but they work for them. That's how.
Right. That is really true.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And people need to start realizing that.
But they don't.
And I don't know what more it's going to take. Because the thing is, you could say Michael, that's esoteric. If you're not a fan, you don't care. Right?
Know the kind of
no. That's not true either. That's not true
don't?
either. Because I'm not a fan either. I mean, I could live the rest of my life without Michael Jackson's
That is
music.
a good point. No, you're right. I have seen a lot of people actually say that they weren't fans and they thought this was ridiculous. So you're right. Okay, so take the football fans thing. That's probably not known around the world.
What, the hooligans in the UK?
Yeah, exactly. We
crazy,
know we've got hooligans,
they're crazy.
But we are. I apologise on behalf of all hooligans. Right? They're terrible, terrible people with one brain cell between them.
Right.
But that, a lot of people won't care because it was something that happened here in a city in the UK. It's small. But when it's repeated small things and big things, why are people still believing them? I cannot get my head around it.
Right.
I just can't understand it.
Someone says, I can't read your name because I think that's Hebrew, but it says democracy is fiction. Democracy is something you shouldn't want. I mean, the US isn't a democracy. The US is a constitutional republic. I mean, it has a democratic process.
Element. Yeah.
Because you can actually choose your leaders for so many years, but it's not a democracy. If you have a democracy, it means mob rules, and that means that you're fucked.
We're not a democracy here, and the amount of people that say we are,
neither are we. Honestly, here in the Netherlands, the USA is the only country in the world that has actual free speech. Americans don't realize that they still have something that they have already taken from us.
Yeah, you see, and I've said repeatedly about things like that. Nobody should ever be afraid to say anything. Just don't get upset if somebody retaliates. You know, that's people's problem.
Right. But it should be possible too. I mean, John and I, we never agree on anything politically. But we can still talk together. I mean, we can still she can yell at me, I can yell at her back, and it's not personal. It's I don't have anything against her. I might not agree with her, but that's what people can't do anymore. If you have a different opinion, they just demonize you as whatever they want to say about you.
And I don't understand it, because the thing is, if everybody thinks one way, that is so dangerous. It's so dangerous. There's never been left or right. It ends up dangerous when everybody starts doing as they're told and thinking the same way.
And it goes both ways in every...
Yeah, exactly. That way you either get Nazis or full-on North Korean communists.
Right. Well, it's the same thing.
Idea.
It's the same thing within the community. That's I said that before. You know, you can be wrong both ways. You can be wrong saying Michael Jackson is a pedophile just because you want to believe the media or just because you're an asshole, and but you can also say that Michael Jackson would never do that without knowing why he would never do that.
Without knowing why, yeah, just say.
Because today you're defending Michael Jackson, who is indeed innocent. But who are you going to defend tomorrow who might be guilty? You know, you have to know who you defend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, when the first allegations hit in '93, I was 5, and it broke my bloody heart. And I relied on my mum to explain things to me. She was very good and as far as you can. I wasn't very old. By the time 2003 came round, I was 15, and I was able to go, right, that's it. I'm looking into this because I do not want a shred of doubt. A shred of doubt.
Exactly.
I don't understand how people cannot look into it. When an allegation like this is made, you've got to look into it. You've got to. You can't just ignore that.
You have to.
And I don't understand how, contrary to that, how you can believe a so-called documentary without trying to look at the other side, without trying to read about the case.
It's critical thinking, and it seems at an all-time low.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me how people just believe it, and they say we have to believe it, like Oprah said it, I guess. But it's crazy. It's dangerous, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's incredibly dangerous for everybody. Everybody should be very, very worried that you can now just say something and it's a fact with absolutely no investigation. That's very, very dangerous.
Yes.
Here is I just saw something on Twitter with that recent. I think you put it in the Moonwalkers Unite jaw. That statement from the estate. It's not from the estate. It says here was created by other supporters of Michael's legacy.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's a screenshot here from an email from Alicia to Pez Jax on Twitter. I really thought that was from the estate. I shared that too, I think.
No, I've seen it in quite a few groups, so it certainly it looked legit, I'll have to say. And that's something. Can we please stop as fans? Can we not do things like that when we're trying to deal in facts?
Yeah, can we not try to?
Can we not?
Can we not pose as someone else? I mean,
Yeah,
it's okay to make statements like that, but don't.
I mean, it's a great statement. Take credit for it. Don't hand it over to somebody else. It's a really good statement.
Well, so the Leaving Neverland causes rush to judgment was not from the estate.
No, apparently it wasn't. Press statement from the estate of Michael Jackson.
Okay, I'm able to take y'all off mute now. This asshole, y'all gonna see me on the damn 11 o'clock news. I promise. Jada went to jail for murder.
It says here, let your voice at the end of the statement. Let your voice be heard at I am for MJ, stand for MJ, the Michael Jackson estate. Media contact.
Yeah, it does.
Edna Sims, owner of ESP Public Relations. Her phone number, if someone wants to call her and ask, is 310-770-8117. And her email address is esppr@mac.com. So, I don't know what this is coming from. There's a Twitter too. No, that's a share button. ESPPR website. I don't even know what that is. ESP Public Relations. ESPPR is a full-service public relations, marketing, and event planning firm providing an extensive range of media coverage for over 20 years. We organize details to perfection. We have excellent press contacts nationally and internationally with television, print, electronic, and internet media platforms. Well, you would assume that this company is not just doing this.
No.
Didn't MJ Vibe put that statement out? MJ Vibe originally.
Mine says via MJJ. Mine says via MJJ Justice Project.
Mine was MJ Vibe. You're right there, Nina.
Mine was MJ Vibe too.
Yeah, but mine too. And it says here, if I go to that website, ESPPR, the last copyright update on the bottom in the footer is 2015. And it says that the website was proudly created with Wix.com, so I'm not so sure that we should take this company very serious either. Wix.com is something that, I mean...
Even I've got a website on Wix.com.
Yeah, you don't need any special knowledge to make a website on Wix.com, so...
Why would somebody lie about a statement from the estate, though?
I don't know.
No idea.
And why would Pence even think to question it, to email Alicia?
I have no idea who's questioned it, because I certainly didn't. It was worded the same way.
Did you say Pez just tweeted an email from Alicia Souza?
Yeah, Paz tweeted that. It was a screenshot from let's see if I can still find it now. Oh, here. Hi, Pez. It is not from the estate. It was created by another... it was created by other supporters of Michael's legacy. Best Alicia. MJ Online.
Yeah, but why on earth would somebody question... Why would Pez even question... Everybody that shared it, I saw it on MJ Vibe, and I thought it was an official statement.
Honestly...
So I just find it a little bit weird how somebody would question it.
Well, I don't know either, but does anyone know Pez?
Well, no, but somebody sent me a DM on Twitter the other a couple of days ago, I think it was, and so I've kind of just been watching a little bit that people are setting things up for themselves to show that they're debunking other things and then retweeting it and sharing as if it kind of to give themselves some validation. So when you just said to me, Susan, just when you didn't say to me, when you just said just then, Pez just tweeted it, a screenshot from Alicia. Now, that message came into my head because as I said, I saw it on MJ Vibe, which is like, it's an official, they get official announcements from the estate and competitions all the time. So when I saw it on there, of course I shared it and I didn't even question that it was from the estate. It was a great statement.
Exactly.
So for Pez to think, why, I wouldn't even know, why would he even question it?
Well, I see
The
here
thing
that
is-
you have MBL photos, Beatrice1950 on Twitter. She actually tweeted Pez with that statement and says, "This statement is the estate?" She questioned it, and then Pez is here replying, "I've emailed for clarification as it doesn't look like it. That was 9 hours ago, and now he just replied this." And then that MBL photo says, "I assumed it. Thanks for your concern." So why are both of them questioning it? That I don't understand that either. So who knows?
Sophie L. I know you guys are talking in your language, but I keep thinking you're talking about me because I keep seeing Ja. Y'all been up. They keep. I don't know what language it is, but I keep seeing Ja.
It's British. It's British.
Oh, okay.
What's British? I ain't heard no job being British.
I'm like, wait a minute, are they talking about me behind my what?
I can translate for you. I know it's hard for Americans to understand Brits. It really is.
It's all right. It's hard for us to understand us sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm so used to it because, I mean, we, here in the Netherlands, you learn British English in school. We have British sounding teachers here, so
okay.
I'm kind of used to. Although I must say, sometimes I have a few things that you say that I think, what?
The hell did you just say? Yeah. Right, now I'm sorry to interrupt, ladies, but it's 11:30 here, and I've got a 4:30 get up tomorrow.
Yeah, but I think it's been enough. Let's leave something for now. We've been on for 2.5 hours, so let's just see if there's some. Because Josh said that there were some questions. In the chat. I won't go up that much. It's mostly.
Do you think you will get Brandon to talk with us?
Oh, we could certainly ask.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no harm in asking, or Autumn.
Oprah stamp of approval. Yeah, I think we discussed it last week with Taj. Oprah isn't really an item here.
She's very, very big in America.
Yeah.
And just
she's big in America, but people need to understand and they.
I mean, she's on TV here. I mean, she's been for decades, and
not even on TV here.
It's more of a housewives thing here. That
yeah,
people are really bored and don't work during the daytime. I mean, they watch Oprah, but Oprah really isn't.
She's the God's waiting room of chat shows.
Yeah.
You know, some of the things about Oprah that people are so wrong about. I don't know, wrong or whatever. And they said she was his friend and she stabbed back. She was never his friend. I mean,
she was never his friend.
Never. No. I mean,
no, I've never liked her. Blocked me on Twitter.
Didn't. You know, I learned it a few years ago, but all the things that she's done since the 1993, and you know, I look back to it, and she didn't have any kind of respect towards him.
No.
Even in the interview, I mean,
exactly.
the questions, there was no respect. He respected her. He was polite. He was himself.
How could?
And I learned that the minute the rumors about the allegation started, she jumped right at it, and I think Karen Faye even said something about how insulted he was by her, and how she made him actually cry.
I think she did. I think she tweeted something along those lines.
Yeah, and I don't know where I read it or heard about it, but I do know that after everything from the 90s, she had the nerve to come to Michael to ask him to interview him when Prince was born.
Yeah.
Are you freaking? Are you kidding me? After everything you think I wouldn't know what to say about me.
Yeah.
You know where to go, and you know people are paying attention to what she did in the 2009.
Yeah.
It was for publicity. I mean, she would be backlashed if she said anything badly about Michael then. I mean,
Yeah.
Oprah does everything just for publicity, just like her
yeah, I know.
deleting Leaving Neverland stuff now. It's just because of
Yeah.
her deal with Apple.
Yeah, I
It has
know.
nothing to do with her backtracking or apologizing.
No.
I have seen people say, "Oh, Oprah apologized." No, Oprah is not apologizing.
Never,
She would never apologize. She's a piece of
apologized.
shit.
She
No.
never apologized. And I mean, she said, "Oh, I wanted to be his friend. You wanted to be a friend with someone you always believed he was a pedophile. Seriously?"
Well, to be fair, she's got a habit of being friends with perverts, hasn't she? So.
Well, she
Oh
exactly.
my
She is the one
god!
that's friends with all those pervs and those. So
No, but
I would question her before I would question anyone else. Anyway,
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to get back to the. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name because it's in Hebrew, but she's asking,
Natalie.
please come back to Disney. I didn't understand at all their connection to Leaving Neverland. That's probably because I went all over the place. I'll try to explain again in short because it's not something I actually worked out completely. It's just something I have some links here and there that I found. The link to Disney is well, it's like a whole bunch of so-called coincidences with Disney. Let's call it that. But you have Harvey Weinstein, who is the guy that was in the New York Times, talked about in the New York Times, that he had that Bezo guy. Luna, what was his name? Benzo guy that was actually looking for dirt on Michael Jackson just to cover for Harvey Weinstein. That has been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Harvey Weinstein was connected to Sundance ever since the beginning. I think since they founded it, and the Sundance co-founder was not just now charged for sexual molestation charges, kid molestation charges, but he was also accused in 1993 of the same thing, right around the time that Michael.
So 1993, convenient.
Yes, 1990. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's too many coincidences. Anyway, so that was, I believe, he was used back then. There's multiple agendas around this. It's like I said last week. It's a pedophile apologist thing because Michael Jackson is loved all over the world, so he's the best poster child for pedophilia. To make it acceptable, they try to ruin his name, try to ruin him. Plus, it's to cover up other dirty shit, which is what they did in 1993, I believe, with that whole Sundance thing almost coming out. And no, you see, no one knows about it. You have to look it up actually to know that the guy was also accused in 1993, and they actually try to cover it up. Harvey Weinstein is also is the founder of Miramax. Miramax was bought in 1993 by Disney. And like I said earlier, it was bought somewhere between June 25th, 1993 and July 16th, 1993. Weinstein left Disney and Miramax to found his own company on September 30th, 2005. So after the trial, Weinstein had a thing with Disney because it was a whole legal thing going on in 2003. And he had Michael's old lawyer from 1993. Then Katzenberg, who was some kind of CEO or whatever at Disney, also had a thing with Disney, a legal thing that cost Disney hundreds of millions of dollars, and also had Michael's old lawyer. And what else? There was something else. Let's see. Oh, right. And even though Disney lost a whole bunch of money on Katzenberg, they actually start working together in 2009. And HBO, who is from Time Warner's parent company is AT&T, and AT&T is having all kinds of deals with Disney parks. And ABC also, which aired the 2003 Bashir documentary, is also Disney. So it's more like, I know it sounds all over the place, but it's more like everything is connected apparently in some way to Disney.
You know that there's other connection, AG. AG is actually the co-founder, I think, is the wife of the lawyer that was in the trial against the Jacksons. You know, it was now found that the Wade lawsuits, you know, with the amount he demanded, it was almost similar to the one that Cotton sued from them.
The what?
AG, the producer company.
Yeah.
The lawyer's wife. I mean, there was the trial between the AG company and the Jacksons, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was and
yeah, her husband or something did.
Right. His
She worked for
wife.
HBO or
His
no,
wife.
the lawyer's wife is somewhat connected to the Sundance Festival.
His wife was like a
the
big
co-founder,
and is the wife of the lawyer for AEG.
right.
Yeah. And another thing that someone put out, I don't remember who and when, but Wade's lawsuit in 2013, you know, the amount he demanded for damages, it's the same amount that Carton demanded from AG. And also someone pointed out, I don't remember who, but they pointed out that during the trial, Randy Phillips said some nasty films about Michael Jackson are gonna be brought up. So, you know, something like that.
Evgenia is asking if I can do a video about all those connections. I actually did do a video on my other channel about this. It's also a live, I think I did. So it might not be completely comprehensible either, but I think it's more in order than what I explained now. So maybe you should check that out. I will think about doing a video on this. I don't want to make actual how do you say that? I would like to keep this as a theory.
Yeah.
You know, because I like my life.
At the minute, it's a lot of strings, isn't it?
Hmm?
It's a lot of strings at the minute, and as you say, if you value your life, you don't want to get tangled.
Right,
Yes.
right. So this is just all theory. It's I just thought it was interesting. I thought this or I saw this connection to. Well, I was actually looking for DreamWorks because I saw a video of Michael saying that Geffen, Katzenberg, and Spielberg were his friends, and then I found out that DreamWorks was from Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Geffen, and I was like, I always thought that was his thing. So that's how I came to the Disney connections. And there's going to be an interesting Sony connection too in the next video for the channel that we're making.
They seem to be everywhere as well.
Well, yeah, everything is connected. That's the scary part. Honestly, the deeper you dig, the more connections you find, and the scarier it gets.
Yeah.
Because it's really, really he said it. It's a conspiracy. It's really a conspiracy.
It is.
And it's not like you shouldn't take that lightly either. What he said, because he shut up after that for a reason. You know, it really goes very, very deep. And that's
even Taj said, didn't he, that he thought Michael was just a little bit paranoid at first, but then after he died, he started to realize that actually this stuff is actually that scary. And Taj for a while was worried that even he knew too much after Michael died.
Exactly. It's really scary stuff, and I mean that's why I think that the family is being careful with what they say. I mean,
have you watched the interview with Deborah Willis from last year?
Deborah Willis?
Willis, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So she talks about the last days of Michael, and what she said. I mean, I always had suspicions that he knew that something is wrong, that he didn't want Maury there, and that many of the medications it was forced on him.
Right. Well, she's not the only one who says that. I mean, that's well documented that he was telling everyone that, even up to his kids. So that's also the part why, and I think I'm the only one here in this live chat, why I believe he is still alive, because I always thought he is smarter than this. He knew that they were after them, you know, so he would actually be careful with who he made friends with and who would he have put stuff in his veins, you know. So that's a little bit where most of us who are not like Pearl Jr. are coming from. Anyway, I think we should wrap it up for tonight.
Yes.
It's been long enough. I mean, I think we're nearing 3 hours again. So
3 hours, yeah.
I think that's good for we need to save some for next week.
Yeah.
But I bet there's still a ton to talk about.
But by all means, I mean, you know, I'm sure they could tweet you, Sousa, or myself if anyone's got any ideas for anything they'd like to discuss or like us to dig into or discuss more.
Somebody wants to talk about Michael Jackson being the one that's been abused. On Sousa, the video that we did about the physical examination that Michael went through and being slapped by before going on stage for the rehearsals and stuff. So maybe next week that we can do some research a bit more about the abuse that Michael went through would be a good one.
I think that's a very, very good. People always get mad at me. I've been saying that for 10 years, that he is the one that was abused.
Of course he was.
Both mentally, physically, and sexually. And
sexually, you think so?
Even Karen.
I don't think so. I know so.
Karen tweeted something along similar lines. Yes. Anyway, we're going to end up talking again.
Well, and we'll save it for next week.
Right, we're going to save it for next week, but maybe people. I mean, you have this whole week to actually look into that whole. I mean, go look up MK Ultra. Go look up stuff like that, and try to find out what actually happened to him and why they're after him. And they're trying to get him with something that he actually tried to prevent because it happened to him. And I think that's what, because people ask me, you're not a fan, you know, why are you defending him like this? First of all, I don't think you have to like his music. It's not like I hate his music. That's not the point. But that part pisses me off because I know the story behind it and what happened to him and how they're trying to ruin him. In my head, it's ruin, but if you believe he actually died, it's ruined him
Mhm.
in a way that is so vicious because he went through that himself. And that's what makes me
I need to hear that.
so angry. So I think that's a really, really good topic for
Yeah,
next
I
week.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But
Wow.
yeah, for people listening, try to look up MK Ultra so you have your questions ready
That
for
will
next week. And I say
Is
good.
it gonna be next Saturday?
Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. I think Saturday is a good.
Saturday seems a good day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saturday
this
is
seemed to
good.
be a good day,
Mm.
and I think we should try to keep it on Saturday. It might be Sunday, but let's see what
We'll
we're
try
doing.
to keep it to the weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
I see someone is sending money asking style what MJ state plan to honor the 10 years of. I have no idea what they're trying to plan for his 10 years death anniversary. So but maybe something to I go through the questions of the chat anyway to see if there's something that we can address next week. That's a good thing to ask too. I will email the estate to ask if they have anything planned. So I want to thank you all for listening in, and we will see you next week. Make sure that you have your notifications on. Bye bye.